Hi there and welcome to the Yokohama Arena in Japan for Pride Fighting Championships Bushido 6. Alongside El Guapo Boss Rune, I'm Mauro Ranello, and tonight Pride Fighting Championships brings you another tremendous card featuring the Pride World Heavyweight Champion, a former UFC champ, a showcase of some of the world's best lightweight fighters, and yes, a one-night four-man tournament to determine the final spot in the 2005 middleweight tourney that gets underway on April 23rd. Now, boss, having said all this, could the fans ask for anything more tonight?
I really don't think so, because the fans are going to see a little bit of everything tonight what the Pride Fighting Championships has to offer. It's called Bushido now. Bushido is a place where the up-and-coming fighter has a chance to showcase their stuff. But I'm really looking forward to that four-man middleweight tournament that you said, because the winner of that tournament he's going to earn the final spot in the 16-man middleweight Grand Prix.
That's right. The main event pits Pride World Heavyweight Champion Fiódor Emelianenko against the man, well, the only guy to beat him in MMA, Japan's Tsuyoshi Kosaka. Now, when we say beat him, boss, we have to clarify that Kosaka recorded the win 4 years ago on a ring show when Emelianenko suffered a controversial cut in a fight that a lot of people thought he was winning. Now, you have taken on and defeated TK in the UFC. What tools does he possess that could cause problems for the Russian powerhouse in their rematch?
You know, TK is a very solid and well-rounded fighter. I think he's better on the ground than on his feet, but both he's very good. So I think he's going to use his striking skills in order to set up a takedown, and once he's on the ground, well, he does what he does best. But can he take the takedown? Because we're talking about Fiódor Emelianenko. He is the powerhouse. This guy seems to be unstoppable. Whatever you do, do not end up in his guard, because his hands will rain down like sledgehammers. And on top of that, he has stated that he is not going to lose any fight this year. So it's going to be a rough night for TK.
Well, it should be a great main event. It is the Pride World Heavyweight Champion against the Pancrase Super Heavyweight Champ, Fiódor Emelianenko, looking to avenge the only loss of his sterling career. Now, he's not the only Emelianenko on the card tonight, boss. His brother Alexander faces Brazilian behemoth Ricardo the Mutant Morais. Now, in his only Pride appearance at Pride 8, Morais went the distance with Mark the Hammer Coleman, losing via decision. Now, you take a look at this matchup, boss. Two very big boys. How do you see it going down?
Wow, very difficult. But if I have to believe Alexander's brother, then he's going to win this fight, because Fiódor tells us all the time that Alexander beats him up on a regular basis. He also gained way more experience lately, and he seems to be in a better shape every time we see him. Now, Ricardo Morais, he's a monster. He is strong, he's good on the ground, very solid. I really can't tell who's going to win this fight, but what I can tell you, that you guys at home are going to be in for a treat.
You know, former UFC middleweight champion Murilo Bustamante returns to action tonight against Japan's Ryuta Sakurai. Boss, so far, the move from the UFC to Pride has proven to be a very tough task for the Brazilian submission specialist. He's fought 3 times in Pride. He's lost 3 times in Pride against the likes of Quinton Jackson, Dan Henderson, and Kazuhiro Nakamura. Sakurai, the last time we saw him was at Bushido 2, losing via decision against compatriot Yushin Okami. Now, here's a Japanese fighter not afraid to stand up and mix it up with you, and not afraid as well to show you some of his knockout power. Who holds the upper hand?
You know what? This fight is very evenly matched up. Although I think that Murilo is a little bit better on the ground and Sakurai better on his feet. But don't get fooled here. Murilo has been knocking people out on his feet too, even with the high kick. So expect a lot of action in this fight.
All right, and we mentioned the 4-man tournament to determine the final spot in the upcoming middleweight tourney. Well, we can tell you it is going to be Russian Amar Sulev taking on Brazil's Paulo Filio, and American Dean Lister going up against Japan's Akira Shoji. So much at stake tonight, boss. These 4 gladiators have to be at their very best.
They better be, because in order to win the tournament, they have to survive 2 tough fights. It's not easy, Mauro, but we're here at the Pride Fighting Championships, and we have the toughest athletes on the planet. One thing for sure, they all want to win, so it's going to be a brawl, and that's what we want to see.
Yeah, so much to look forward to tonight. We thank you for joining us. This is Pride Fighting Championships Bushido 6. It's the first Bushido event of 2005 and the new stage production as well for Bushido this year. You see the cherry blossoms, which signify the arrival of spring. But here in Japan, they also represent the samurai spirit. And boss, you see the Bushido, the way of the warrior, and of course a warrior needs his protection. And there's the mask, the headgear of the samurai. And again, just an incredible production here to kick off the first Bushido event of 2005.
It's just too crazy for words. Look at the display here.
There you see the mask, the headgear of the samurai flanked by the two drums, and there you see Dennis Kang, who is making his much-anticipated Pride debut, the highly talented native of Vancouver, Canada, the newest member of the American top team, and he'll be taking on that man, Takahiro Oba, also making his first appearance in Pride Fighting Championships, graduating from the smaller shows to Bushido. In the first tournament matchup to determine the final participant in the upcoming middleweight tourney, Russia's Amar Sulev takes on Brazil's Paulo Filio. And there you see Filio, who's undefeated in Pride, and in the other tournament bout this evening to kick off the tournament here tonight, boss, we'll have American Dean Lister, the world's greatest grappler, taking on Mr. Pride, Akira Shoji. And there you see Pride's version of the Energizer Bunny, more than ready to fight twice in one night. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu prodigy Marcus Maximus Aurelio looking for his first victory in Pride after losing a hotly contested battle with Japan's Dakan Jonsuke Mishima at Bushido 4. He faces Bushido newcomer Daisuke Nakamura, who is a product of Kiyoshi Tamura's highly regarded U-File camp. In a battle for Brazilian bragging rights, it's going to be Shooterbox Academy against Brazilian top team. There you see Pride World Middleweight champion Vanderlei Silva feels that this man, the debuting Luis Azeredo, would give Bushido superstar Takanori Gomi his toughest test. Meanwhile, this guy, Luis Buscape, has his sights set on a date with Gomi, and boss, Buscape means firecracker. I think those two are going to hook up for a fireworks display tonight.
For sure.
Another Brazilian warrior making his debut tonight is Daniel Acassio, riding an 8-match winning streak. His opponent is Daiju Takase, returning to Bushido, hoping to continue his winning ways. He defeated Carlos Newton and Chris Brennan in back-to-back fights last year. This guy looks like he was made in a laboratory. He is Ricardo the Mutant Morais, who at the age of 38 says he's in the best shape of his life. His opponent, Alexander Emelianenko, coming off his 11th-second destruction of England's James the Dead Collector Thompson at Pride 28, is for the first time in his MMA career, the smaller fighter. Former UFC middleweight champion Murilo Bustamante hopes the 4th time is the charm as he attempts to snap his 3-match losing streak in Pride tonight. He takes on the physically gifted Ryuta Sakurai, who'll try to make sure Bustamante's losing ways continue in the land of the rising sun. The weather forecast calls for a hurricane warning later tonight as Gilbert the Hurricane Ivel returns to Pride Fighting Championships. He takes on Ikuhisa the Punk Minowa, who's reeled off 3 consecutive victories in Pride, the latest a submission win over Stefan Leko at Shockwave in only 27 seconds. In the main event, the only man to beat Fiódor Emelianenko in MMA, Tsuyoshi Kosaka, quoted as saying he's 100% certain he can beat Emelianenko on the ground. We'll soon find out if those words ring true. There he is, the Pride World Heavyweight Champion, who hopes to avenge his only loss in MMA tonight. Boss Rutan, a huge evening of action. A 4-man tournament, and of course, in the main event, Pride Heavyweight Champion versus Pancrase Super Heavyweight Champion. It's Pride Bushido 6 from the Yokohama Arena in Japan.
He's from Canada. Dennis Kang is making his entrance here at the Bushido Pride Bushido Welcome, Dennis. What do you think, man? The Major League, we're here, and it's time to go.
I'm finally here. It's been a long time, almost 8 years, and you know, I'm more than ready. I've been training for a long time for this, and people are going to be treated to an exciting match.
Man, the internet is full of it. Everybody wants to have you here at the Pride Fighting Championships, and finally you made it, of course. What do you think of your opponent?
Takahiro Oba, I think he looks like a decent, tough, strong kid. You know, he's got a big athletic background, played a lot of rugby, did some pro wrestling. I think he's a lot tougher than a lot of people think, and I think our styles match up well, you know.
What do you think is his game plan going to be?
I think he's going to try and take me down. I think he's going to try for the old rugby tackle and put me on my back and try and ground and pound me. That's what I'm expecting.
But that's also what you're kind of hoping, right? I mean, you don't care to work from the bottom.
Exactly. I mean, I don't mind working from the bottom or from the top, but I'd rather be on top.
What have you been working on lately the most?
Lately, just working on my conditioning and being able to go 100% the whole rounds. You know, for the first 10 and the 5, just go, non-stop. You know, I'm not worried about getting tired. I can go 110% for the whole time.
Would you say you have a chance of knocking him out? There's knockout power. You're on your feet as good as you're on the ground?
Of course. I mean, as much as I want to bring it to the ground, the fight starts standing.
Yep.
So, you know, you got to bang with him a little bit. I always do.
You want to make a prediction?
KO.
But you want to say by who?
Me.
Right on. That's a good prediction.
Dennis Kang is 27, 5'11", 198 pounds, making his debut in Pride Fighting Championships. Takahiro Oba is 28, 5'11", 205 pounds. This is his first appearance in Pride. Boss, two newcomers trying to showcase their skills here tonight at Bushido. And it features a man who hails from Canada but has really made his mark in his father's home country of South Korea. Dennis Kang, who is considered the king of Korean mixed martial arts after winning the prestigious Spirit Martial Challenge tournament last September, takes on Takahiro Oba, who is a wrestler not affiliated with any team right now in Japan. Should be a great way to kick off Bushido 6.
Yeah, I think so too. I have high hopes for Dennis Kang. Everybody actually has high hopes, but let's see what he's going to do against Oba, because Oba is tough. That's one thing for sure.
We talked to Oba saying he was more comfortable on the ground, and really that is the domain of Dennis Kang, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu stylist who last August
nice there.
Received his black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu from his Canadian coach Marcus Suarez. But here we see Boss, a takedown.
That was an easy takedown there for Dennis. I have the feeling he's going to go for a submission real fast here.
And he'll try to pass the half guard of Oba. Continues to rain down some left hands into the rib cage of Oba, trying to assume dominant position here, Boss.
Yep, he's trying to escape, just like you said, and going to the side mount or mount. I think it's going to be mount for him, because I saw him in earlier footage that he likes the mount and likes to ground a pound.
He is very slick on the ground, displaying some of the smoothest transitions from one submission attempt to the other that you will see anywhere. He has nearly a dozen MMA victories by submission. And now Dennis Kang, nice knee right to the head of Oba.
Very nice.
And you can see the discoloring already on the side of Oba's body there, Boss.
Yeah, it's a birthmark. That's okay.
Now push.
Well, that's the target that Kang was aiming for.
There you go, the liver. And here we go, the ground and power. He was going for an armbar.
Nice reversal by Oba.
You see, he saw a little opportunity, right away went for it. He missed it, but it means his reflexes are out of control. Let's see what he can do here. Look, it's a sweep.
You see
Nope.
Kang trying to scramble position underneath, and he won't stay in the butt scoop position long. They're back up their feet. This is where the fans appreciate again. In Bushido rules, 1 10-minute round, 1 5-minute round, so action is the mandate. And so far we've seen plenty of that between Kang and Oba.
Whoa,
Nice
nice
knee right up the middle, coming out of the tie clinch. Looks like Dennis is trying to set up a shot here, boss, as he looks for the jab. Now Oba comes straight forward, and another easy takedown there for Kang.
Nice.
And with the underhooks, boss, how is Oba going to try to defend the takedown momentum of Dennis Kang? Because that's twice where we've seen Kang take him to the ground with relative ease.
Yep. Look, he's going to go, for the mount.
Top position now by Kang. Wide base.
Yeah, Oba shoot, hook that leg now, escape the back door.
Raining down a hammer fist, followed by some lefts and rights. Oba trying to stay
armbar
busy.
coming.
Looking for to set up the armbar here is Kang, but does he have enough space there, boss, near the ropes?
I don't know.
He'll have to change position here.
Exactly. Yeah, these are getting some good shots. He's got to watch out, Oba. And there the armbar comes again. He sits real tight on him, but it's too obvious that it's going to come.
And it looks like he's in danger. Oba there was momentarily of giving him his back. Definitely not a wise thing to do against someone the caliber of Dennis Kang. It looks like now Oba with another nice sweep, boss, and a good turnover there. And Oba now finds himself in the guard of Dennis Kang.
But you know what? Something tells me that Dennis is very comfortable in this position. Hey, look at Oba doing very
there
well.
By Kang,
Nice.
and back to his feet.
Kang was right. Oba is tougher than everybody thinks.
Oba beat a U.S. Marine and the king of fights in Okinawa on the U.S. military base, boss. So, yeah, he's been in a few tussles himself in MMA and now drives Kang to the corner. Kang there now in the Greco wrestling clinch. Both underhooks there, the overhooks by Oba.
He's going to trip him again, probably.
There's a knee. Oba just goes to the ground, and now easy mount there for Kang.
Yeah, I never saw that.
Do some damage early on in the first round from this vantage point, but Oba doing a great job. He's been able to sweep Kang on 2 occasions already here in the first round.
Coming up, and there we got it. It's over.
He extends the arm, and there you see him trying to hyperextend the elbow. Dennis Kang has the arm bar on Oba. Oba trying to escape here, fighting valiantly, and finally forced to tap. Dennis Kang with the armbar submission victory.
Easy victory. One thing I have to say, the people jump guard, but I never saw somebody jump mount.
Yeah, at 4 minutes and 26 seconds of the first round, boss, Dennis Kang, representing the American top team in Florida, picks up the win via armbar submission. He said he waited 8 years to get to Pride, and his appearance here at Bushido 6 is a victorious one. Your thoughts on the emergence of Dennis Kang here in Japan at Bushido?
Well, we're very fortunate to have him, first of all, and I think he's got a bright future. We're going to have to see who his next opponent is, of course. But everything he did it perfect. Nice control, good control, very well conditioned. He's got the whole package. Look at it, here we go again. He's hyperextending the arm. It was strange that he didn't tap right away.
Well, he tried to maneuver out of it over there momentarily, and you could see Kang, as you'll see on the replay here again, boss. He's trying to hyperextend the elbow, looking for different position, but now we're seeing action from a different sequence in the opening round. But nevertheless, Dennis Kang, who again, raised in Vancouver, Canada, his mother's French, his father's South Korean, now makes his home in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Dennis Kang picks up the victory in his Pride Fighting Championships debut here at Bushido 6, and he's a very humble man, boss.
He is.
Because when we asked him what his goals were in Pride, he simply said, and I quote, "I want to take over the whole company." Dennis Kang is well on his way. Great victory to kick things off here at Bushido 6.
青コーナー176センチ 91.4 キロ
Amar Sulev is 29, 5'9", 205 pounds. He's 1-0 in Pride Fighting Championships.
赤コーナー172センチ 92.6 キロ
Paulo Filio is 26, 5'8", 205 pounds. He is 2-0 in Pride. Boss, first of 2 first-round tournament matchups, 1 10-minute, 1 5-minute round. And again, the winner will have to fight again this evening with a spot the final slot up for grabs in the 2005 middleweight tournament, which gets underway in less than 2 weeks, 9 days to be exact, boss. So this is really going to be a tough test for anyone who emerges from this tournament victorious.
Yep, I saw there a little smirk on the face of Paulo Filio while he was standing, but I'm really looking forward to this fight.
You mentioned, boss, that Amar Sulev, since we saw him the last time, a split decision victory over Dean Lister, that he's had to put on weight to make the 205 limit, and just like Murillo Ninja in the heavyweight tournament, boss, it's not necessarily good weight from what you see right now, is it?
Yes, it's not. You're absolutely right, but you know what? It doesn't mean anything. With Murillo Ninja, okay, he was last, but with Amar, he's so talented. Look at his kicks, are still flying out fast, but is it going to play effect later on into the fight? Stamina problems, I don't know about that. We just have to wait and see.
Well, Amar Sulev has the best resume when it comes to tournament action of any of the competitors in this one-night tourney here at Bushido 6. He's won 2 4-man tournaments, 2 8-man tournaments. So if anyone knows what it takes to survive one of these events, it is Amar Sulev, who nice high roundhouse catches Filio on the head, and he didn't even really flinch, boss, as he comes in for the takedown attempt.
Yep, and he might get it. He's got a body lock now. He came closer than Dean Lister came.
He's got the overhooks.
Yep, but still, now it's going to be difficult. Yep.
Nice escape there from the clinch by Sulev.
You see, Sulev's playing a real cool game, a real good game. Every time somebody shoots, he turns to the side, just like Mirko Krokop. He keeps circling, so they never really can adjust. And that's a very smart thing to do.
And there's another shot there by Filio, not the best, however, and you can see, well, Sulev, now he has him picked up double leg, and you can see the smile on face, but it's Sulev holding onto the ropes, and that is no, and it looks like, yes, a timeout's being called by the referee, and Sulev will be given the yellow card, boss, for the holding of the ropes. 10%.
And here we go again. Whoa! Amar's coming in right away.
There's Sulev with the overhand right, and Sulev's best weapon are his hands, boss.
Yeah, but that kick looked good too. It grazed off, but Sulev has the better kicks.
He fights with the Red Devil Sport Club, teammates like Alexander and Fiódor Emelianenko. You could do worse for training partners, couldn't you, boss?
Yeah.
Left hand by Filio. Doesn't really have the authority that the shots of Sulev have thus far. And you're right, boss. Those low kicks are also beginning to take their toll, I believe, on Paulo Filio.
Yeah, Paulo Filio, he had the takedown, you know. So he's holding the rope again. Now he's got the takedown. Now it's going to be difficult.
Nice move there by Filio, right into side control. And now we'll try to position himself, improve his position. And I know, boss, that you're a big advocate of side mount over top mount even. And again, why do you feel that side mount is better for most fighters?
Well, the mount position is pretty easy to escape if you know how to escape. A high mount is a little bit more difficult, but then you just have to push your opponent to your hips. A side mount, he can go for arm bars, leg locks, he can punch the body, he can knee the side of the body, the head, the side of the legs. I mean, everything is open there. Mount, the only thing you can do is punch and maybe go for a straight arm bar. And if you're lucky, if the guy really doesn't know anything, you set up a triangle choke or something.
Filio now raining down some left hands to the body of Sulev.
Sulev thinks that he wants to go for the mount. You see he's bringing his left leg real up high. But I don't think that Filio wants to go for the mount. I think he will stay in the side mount. You see, and he's already setting that arm up. He's going to do, he's going for the mount.
He gets the hooks in as well. Just stretches out Sulev there, and now posturing up and trying to create the distance that one needs to rain down those bombs, boss. And this is dangerous for Sulev. In fact, Filio told us he wanted to warn Sulev not to go to the ground because he would be in trouble. And right now he is indeed in a precarious position against Paulo Filio, representing Brazilian top team, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Yep, the thing that Sulev needs to do is just buck up as high as he can. And while you buck up, Filio needs to look for balance. You see, he's going for an armbar, and he's got it. Looks like he's got it.
Armbar, but
he brings him over. Oh, if he catches the head now, Now Sulev stops it. He still stops it. If that left leg is going to go over, it's going to be over.
Now he's
That's it.
him out.
It's over.
Paulo Filio submits Amar Sulev here in the first round, and Paulo Filio will advance to the final of this one-night tournament to determine the final spot in the Pride Middleweight Tourney coming up on April 23rd. 4 minutes and 22 seconds of the opening round. Paulo Filio one step closer to the, biggest tournament perhaps in MMA history, boss.
Yeah, but he did it easy. 4 minutes, 22 seconds. He didn't break a sweat almost, so he will go fresh, exactly like you said,
and
to round number 2.
And we talked about this before, and I guess it's safe to say again, boss, that the weight gain for Amar Sulev, just like for Murlo Ninja, as we take a look at the replay, didn't do him any justice tonight.
No, nothing at all.
It slowed him down, if anything.
And look at this. Amar Sulev is trying to push the leg off because that will be the escape for a straight armbar. You see he's pushing it off, and like I said, once he's going to catch the head, it's going to be over. And there we have it. He's just bypassing the arm, underneath the armpit, perfect armbar.
One more look at it here, boss. Like you say, Sulev is turned around and over by Filio. Once he gets the grip, see he's fighting for the grip right here, gets it, extends the arm, and
he should have kept his hand on the leg. Once he let the hand go over the leg, he could throw it over his head, and that was the end of the fight.
Who will Paulo Filio fight for the right to be in the Pride Middleweight Tournament on April 23rd? We're about to find out.
The wait is over.
Pride Fighting Championships.
Now they are exchanging blows.
16 fighters. One champion. 2005's middleweight tournament begins. Order Pride Fighting's Total Elimination 2005. Premiering Saturday, April 23rd on pay-per-view. A fighter has only one chance to not only prove to the world, but himself, that he is the best. And Pride Fighting Championships gives them that chance.
Managing to land those lefts.
Yes, he's got some good left there.
See the best young fighters in the world as they compete to make it to the top of the fight game.
He's along the rope, and he's got it. Unbelievable.
Bushido 7 from Pride Fighting Championships. Premiering June 3rd on pay-per-view.
Dean, a lot rides on your performance tonight. Not only do you have to get through your first opponent in Japan's Akira Shoji, but then you'll have to fight one more time if you are to advance to the 2005 middleweight tourney. What are your thoughts, first of all, on being involved in a tournament of this nature? I know you have the background in the Abu Dhabis, but in MMA it's a little different.
It's kind of a crazy experience, but it's something I'm looking forward to. I feel really confident. I feel good about the training I've been doing, and my strategy's on. I'm definitely ready for this.
You're known as the world's greatest grappler, but MMA, you need to know a lot more. What have you done specifically to prepare for the tournament tonight?
Well, I've been focused on the aspect that I know my opponents, generally speaking, they don't want to be on the ground with me. So I have the luxury of kind of, focusing on a correct stand-up. So I don't have to get real low. I don't have to think about the guy shooting my legs. I don't care. If he does that, I want him to do that, so I'll let him do that. I mean, I might go for something after he grabs my legs, try to choke him or something, but I'm not going to avoid the ground. So that means I can stand high, I can stand confident, I can move forward at my opponent, and if they want to grab me, that's fine. So basically, if they take me down, I look at it as a bonus to me.
Talk about what it would be like to actually make it to the middleweight tournament against the best middleweight fighters in the world. You don't want to look too far ahead, but what kind of mental preparation do you do for a tournament of this nature?
Well, we have my first opponent and my second opponent, the Grand Prix, and I have other things going on too, other athletic events going on. I mean, I have to just look at each thing as a step, and you get up the stairway eventually. But you can't. I don't want to be thinking all the way up to the top of the stairway right now too much. Got to think of this step. The next step is a Shoji.
Akira Shoji, of course, known as Mr. Pride, one of the most popular fighters here, the native of Japan. Do you feel that the pressure, knowing that you're in his backyard tonight?
Well, pressure? I mean, there's pressure in every fight. I actually like the fact that I don't know much about him, actually, even though there's a lot of footage on him. I don't know what he's going to be doing. It's been about a year since he's fought or since I fought. So there's been some improvement on his part as well as my part. So what I like, really, is the fact that I just have to be prepared. naturally. I don't have a specific game plan for him about what he's going to do.
Dean the Machine Lister is 29, 6 feet tall, 204 pounds, 0-1 in Pride Fighting Championships.
172センチ、92.6 キロ。Shoji Akira!
Mr. Pride Akira Shoji is 31, 5'8", 205 pounds with a record of 9, 10, and 2 in Pride. And boss, Shoji has even more motivation now to make it to the final. He wants to avenge the 2 losses he incurred against Paulo Filio, including his only submission loss in MMA. So it's going to be interesting to see if we see even a little more effort out of Akira Shoji. Of course, Dean Lister wants to also make amends for the split decision loss against Amar Sulev back at Bushido 4. So here it is, the final slot for our tournament. Final tonight, it's underway. Dean Lister, the world's greatest grappler, taking on the heart and soul of Pride Fighting Championships, Akira Shoji.
Whoa, nice combination there from Shoji, but well blocked by Dean Lister.
Dean Lister is now with the boxing club, and he has spent the last 2 months exclusively working on his Muay Thai techniques with Thai great Melcher Minor in the United States. So Lister, after the loss to Sulev, rechanged his focus, spending a lot more time on his stand-up, boss.
And you can tell, I mean, his low kick is good. He had already 2 good jabs in there, which were a hit. And like he said, you know, he doesn't care. If somebody tries to take me down, well, I go to the ground. That's my bread and butter. You see, the way he stands, way different than we saw him before. He did a good job on training. He's got to watch out, though, with that low kick, you see?
Almost got trapped there by Shoji. Shoji with a low inside kick of his own, and there's another middle kick now delivered by Lister as the feeling out process continues. But Lister, who is known for a shot, just pushed away by Shoji, and he goes into the closed guard now. Bye-bye. That was surprising.
That was really surprising. But now, you see already, he's climbing up high with his guard. He's going to look for submission.
Well, he is indeed a master on the mat, Dean Lister.
He's bypassing the arm. He's going to try for a triangle choke. Look.
Trying to set up the triangle choke on the bottom is the Abu Dhabi veteran, the absolute champion of the World Grappling Championships there. And now what does Shoji have to do here from up high as they're through the ropes? Obviously the referee's going to change it here.
Yeah, he has to watch out because this was how Shoji got caught with that armbar by Filio. He was caught in the ropes, he couldn't pull it out. It was exactly the same situation. Now, would have that be something if he got armbarred again there? But the fight goes on in the center of the ring.
And you can see what Lister's doing well here, boss. Has his right arm over the neck of Shoji, keeping him in tight, not allowing him to posture, create the distance, and really at work, again, trying to go for perhaps the triangle or the armbar. Nice up kick by Lister.
Very good. Pinpoint accuracy there. He's going to go probably for a reverse figure 4, and that you can always use if it doesn't work as a return, as a turn, as a reversal. But Akira knows it because Akira is training also. I mean, Matt Hume, he's got, of course, Josh is there. There's a whole bunch of good people to train with.
And he's also been training with the University of Washington football team, the Huskies in Washington State, doing 2-a-days with them, minus the football pads, though, boss. Just working on his conditioning with the Huskies.
Now, let's see what's going to happen. You see, Dean is constantly holding that arm, so he wants to bypass that left arm now and see if he wants to go.
What should Shoji do here, boss, to improve his position? Because right now it's all Lister on the bottom.
Exactly what he's doing now. Create distance and just start throwing bombs.
But really, Shoji has not been able to do much inside the guard of Lister.
Look, and he caught one arm now. Lister caught one arm, and there's the triangle. It's coming. It's going to be, listen, man, Lister is good. Trust me. This is a bad situation for Shoji. This is very bad. It could be the end. He's cutting him off. Lister doesn't.
What does Shoji have to do here to try to escape, boss?
The only thing he can do is a rampage slam.
And that's, yeah, you heard you, boss. He's trying.
He's tapping.
It's over. Slow triangle choke there by Dean Lister. The heart of a fighter, Akira Shoji. He seems to be in trouble right now, boss. Hopefully he won't be hurt.
No, he's not hurt. It's just a blood choke. You got 4 arteries, 2 in the back, 2 in the neck. And if you cut him off, well, then the brain says we're stopped functioning.
You know, I thought, I was going to say Paulo Filio had a great advantage because it took only 4 minutes, 22 seconds to win his match, keep him fresh for the final. Well, Dean Lister took only 3 minutes and 13 seconds to choke out Akira Shoji, so much for the advantage that Paulo Filio held there for a minute or two. What kind of a final do you anticipate between Lister and Filio, both great on the ground?
I think that Dean Lister should use his striking skills. It doesn't matter, but once it goes to the ground, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to win it, because Filio and Lister, they're both like really good. Good fight. You see the way he passed that arm? So beautiful, so good. Look, and he knows he has him. He's holding him. He doesn't use any energy. See, he's holding his left foot with his hand. He knows he's got him. He's just choking him. It just takes the time, and that's it.
A courageous attempt by Shoji, though. I mean, it shows you what kind of a heart he does have by trying to pick up Lister and slam him, but to no avail. It will be Dean Lister versus Paulo Filio in the final of this one-night tournament to determine the final spot in the 2005 middleweight tourney, which gets underway April 23rd here on pay-per-view, featuring 16 of the best middleweight fighters on the planet. Lister tries to advance against Filio later tonight. Marcus Maximus Aurelio is 31, 5'10", 160 pounds, 0-1 in Pride. Daisuke Nakamura is 24, 5'9", 160 pounds. This is his debut in Pride Fighting Championships. And there you see his mentor, Kyoshi Tamura of the U-File camp. It was because of Tamura that Nakamura took up mixed martial arts, boss, 5 years ago, and now he is with Tamura's U-File camp. And Aurelio, meanwhile, representing American Top Team, trying to make it a perfect night for Ricardo Laborio's squad from Florida, as Dennis Kang in his debut recorded the victory earlier this evening. So again, boss, what type of a matchup do you anticipate between Aurelio and Nakamura here?
You know what, I really can't tell, but thinking Aurelio probably is going to take it to the ground, and he's going to do his ground there, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is of course phenomenal there, because yeah, they train with the best. But Daisuke, we don't know a lot about him.
Well, we can say, though, for Daisuke Nakamura, boss, that if he's with Tamura, he has to be pretty good with his submissions, because Tamura, one of the greater Japanese fighters when it comes to submissions. We can tell you that Aurelio has spent 2 months last November in Holland, boss, your neck of the woods in Alkmaar, working on his Muay Thai, so we should see improved to stand up from Aurelio. He was involved in a great battle with Mishima the last time we saw him, and there was a nice way to kick off the fight, a spinning low kick there by Nakamura to get the attention of Aurelio.
And you know what? When I was walking around the ring here, I saw him in the warm-up. I saw him making that move a couple of times.
Yeah, that spinning leg sweep that...
Look at this, beautiful!
Now really going back.
He's got the takedown. He's got his back also, I think. Yep. No, let me see.
Get that body triangle around there.
He's got one hook in. Yes, you see, Daisuke already tries to stop him from climbing all on his back, so he thinks now, you know what, let's go to the front, the other side, but now he chooses to go back to the back.
He's got that rear naked choke put in there, boss, and you know all you have to do is bring that forearm against the windpipe, crush it, hence the name, and it looks like here that what does Nakamura have to do now to avoid, because it's a high mount there from the back, boss, for Aurelio.
Yep, that's what they call the high back mount. Putting your head up is not a very smart thing to do. I would always turn around on my back. At least you can see the punches coming, and you can see what your opponent is doing. Look, he's sinking in the rear naked choke.
But you know Aurelio's experienced enough that if he can't get the choke in properly, boss, he's not going to expend unnecessary energy, especially here early on in the first round. So he'll try to maybe better his position and see what happens. But right now, Nakamura, why doesn't he go for the backdoor escape here, boss?
I don't know. It's difficult because he's got a pretty tight back mount on him. And he's got
work to break it. What does he have to do to break it?
Yeah, you know,
attack the legs.
Attack the legs with one stretch, one leg. That's what you need to do. Oh, actually, when I look at it from a different angle, the right the right leg of Marcus is out. He doesn't have it in. I can see it here from ringside, but you guys at home can't see it. He's got one hook in. Oh, look at that. He's looking for a body triangle almost. Look at that.
He releases the choke. Yeah, he had the body triangle momentarily, released the choke momentarily, and Nakamura didn't have the chance to slide out from the back like he should be trying to do here.
If he can close that body triangle totally, that could be trouble.
Nice reverse by Nakamura.
But he couldn't. And then, this is what happens. Look, he's already trying to pass one arm now. You see?
Looking to work the triangle from the bottom.
Of an armbar on the left arm of Daisuke. One of the two is going to come. He's working on. It's not going to come.
Nakamura gets back to his feet, but up kicks delivered by Aurelio into the double leg pickup. Nicely done by Marcus Maximus Aurelio into the single leg now, and good job there. The takedown defense being exhibited by Nakamura, boss.
Yeah, he's doing a real good job.
He's looking for that Kimura, it almost seems like, as well, instead of trying to just fend off the single leg. But Nakamura really has to now, there he is, beautiful sprawl into the north-south position. Hey, he's got a good takedown defense here, boss.
Very good. He's very well balanced on the ground. That's one thing for sure. Look, he's going from the half guard. He's trying to go for a mount position even. Let's see what he can do. Let's see if he's going to use that right knee here. Because he's cross-facing him like this.
Cross-face, yes.
Yep, so that's setting him up for a right knee to the head. But I'm sure that Marcus has been in this situation many times.
The butterfly guard there. And you can see Aurelio continually working from the bottom.
Nice there. It's a scissor leg technique. They trained it a lot
Nice
in Brazil.
takedown by Aurelio.
Very nice, but he's got to keep him down.
And he gets his back there, but boss, great job, man. This guy's very smooth. Marcus Aurelio.
Yeah, but you know what? With the Pride gloves, you know, it's difficult to dig under, so you need a real good setup. That's what makes it so incredibly interesting. It's not something that slides under.
And right now you can see that he's nowhere near getting the choke on Nakamura. Nakamura doing a good job of keeping his hands away, but he has to be more aggressive, I think, from this position, boss. Don't you think?
Yeah, but it's bad. It's a very bad position for him because he's got the back body triangle on him. It's very difficult to escape, but he did it before. So
yeah, he did it in very sublime fashion before, and so again he has to continue to work because he's in a very precarious position here against Aurelio. Yep. Aurelio with the triangle, as you say, has the back, the high mount. And even Aurelio now trying to improve here now, just creating the space. Shot to the high back area. There's Tamura looking on with vested interest, of course, as his protege Nakamura makes his debut here in Pride Fighting Championships Bushido 6 at the Yokohama Arena.
Now, let's see what he can do from this position. He's got the body triangle, but there's not a lot except a choke that you can go for. The punches, of course, but as you can see, they can't travel a long time, so there's not a lot of power in them.
And he's doing, though, boss, what you have said on many occasions, utilizing the space underneath the armpit, reining in the strikes from that area. So, and there's a wing block now by Nakamura, is trying to shell here. Now, really, again, is there any effort here to finish the fight? Well, there's another choke attempt by Aurelio.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's under. Nope, not at all. But still, it's difficult to escape that body triangle. If that's tight, it's very difficult to escape.
He continues to hit him with those right hands to the head and the body. Nakamura here really blind, boss, because he can't see where the shots are coming from. He's got his, the back.
He's hitting backwards, but he needs a little mirror.
That's right,
so
he needs a rear view mirror to see where the shots are coming from.
Yeah, if this stays a little bit longer, I believe the referee is probably going to put him back on their feet.
Because there was really not much damage being done with those shots from Aurelio. And like you say, boss, it's been almost impossible for him to get the choke from the side angle. And, I mean, Nakamura's really doing not much but defending here from the position he's in with the body triangle.
Yeah, and of course, if he makes one mistake, you can go, of course, for an armbar, things like that. But still, it's not under there. and it's not working. You know, another thing with the body triangle is that if you do this later into the fight and your opponent is tired, it's very hard to breathe, because the right way to breathe is through your belly.
Well,
and he's cutting off all the air supply right now.
We've seen in other MMA contests where that body triangle, like you say, late in a fight can almost result in a submission, boss.
Yeah.
If they're fatigued enough. But here we are in the first round. There's one 10-minute round, one 5-minute round. And Kiyoshi Tamura again he's not the most vocal of coaches in the corner, boss. Kind of lets his fighter do his own thing in there. He gives him the game plan and hopes for the best. You can hear in some other teams, especially the Brazilians, where they get very vociferous in the corner, yelling instructions out to their fighters. And boss, like you say, we're still in this position here.
There's nothing that he can say. He can say to his fighter, try this, but it's very difficult. I mean, this is so tight. This body triangle is so tight. It's just very difficult to escape. The referee really, yes, that's probably what they're going to do. Oh, no, it's not.
Looking for the choke again, Aurelio, but maybe just trying to irritate Nakamura as well. Nakamura really not being able to do anything as he's in that vice-like body triangle that's being employed by Marcus Aurelio, and this is where we've seen the last few minutes of action. Aurelio has Nakamura's back, but has been unable to put in any kind of a choke attempt. And I'm just wondering, boss, how much longer the referee will allow this action to continue, because you're right, it's not much damaging action taking place.
Yeah, what he can try to do is make that body triangle so tight and then go for a neck crank, because he can't move his hips anymore. Normally, if you neck crank somebody to the left, he just puts his right hip up. But if you lock that up real tight,
scrambling
like he's doing
for the choke now, but Nakamura doing a good job of turning his head to the side. Now the neck crank, like you said, boss.
He pushed the choke off. He should neck crank him now.
You're right. That's what it looked like he was doing there momentarily. And now he's got the high back mount again on Nakamura, but just rolls to his side, boss.
Yep. This is the time for Nakamura to escape, because he doesn't have his legs closed. Marcus doesn't have his legs closed. Now he can turn. He has to try to turn, at least on his back, into him as fast as he can.
Aurelio's a two-time Pan American Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion, 5-time Brazilian State BJJ champ, placed third of the World Championships, boss, and he is a monster on the ground. But right now, Nakamura doing a good job of avoiding the choke, but how much energy is that taking from his tank?
Yep. It's just, I don't know what to say. I believe the ref could put him up, and let's see them in their standing position again.
To be fair, I guess, to Aurelio and them, he is continually trying to work, boss,
yes.
and he is on the mount. But you're right. I mean, they're looking for the damage points. He's got the ground control, no doubt about that.
Yeah, and you know what? Everything could
bucking
be
him
a
up
setup.
Right here, boss. Nakamura, is that because the hooks are in tight? Like, can he do anything
Yeah, no, he's got to stretch one leg, so one hook is gonna let go if you stretch one leg. Now he has to watch out for armbar. No, he's gonna watch out for an armbar or a triangle choke.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe even himself, if he breaks out of pops his head, it's got a leg lock attempt there, but it's all Aurelio.
Yep, it's an armbar or triangle coming up. You watch. Look how he sets it up. Oh, we have only 5 seconds left. Oh, he's better pull it up right now. Oh,
and Daisuke
that was the triangle.
Nakamura's best friend so far tonight is the bell, because right at the bell, it looked like Aurelio was about to cinch in the triangle choke.
Very well said, Mr. Morrow.
Well, we talk about these two fighters and where they train. We have Nakamura with the U-File camp, and of course Tamura known for the submissions. We have Aurelio, represents American top team in Florida. Friend of yours, Ricardo Laborio. What is what kind of instructions do you think each respective corner is giving to their fighter right now, boss, as the replay comes up?
Oh, he will say, do the same thing, only do it faster because you got only 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
No, but it is. He needs to go right away from this position, and then he has to shift his hips out. Once on the ground, of course, not here, but then and go for the triangle that he did. Those punches, actually, watch, they were actually pretty okay, those punches, because you see, they travel a long time. He came all the way from the back. You see, and you know that he has to do something. He has to turn into him, or otherwise he's going to get an armbar. If he turns into him, it's going to be a triangle.
Pull out there, boss.
No,
pull
that
the
is
arm out.
It's very difficult if they got a strong grip. Ooh, that was saved by the bell there.
But, yeah, because I mean, to be fair to Nakamura, it didn't seem he was too aggressive from the defensive position. And I think here in the second round, boss, as we know, Aurelio's been able to manhandle him on the ground thus far. He has to increase his aggression.
And he will, because look at him. He's in a perfect shape. I mean, he doesn't even breathe.
Meanwhile, there's conversely the other picture of Nakamura breathing a little more laboriously, has some more wounds on his face, and they touch gloves to kick off round number 2 of this Bushido 6 matchup between Marcus Aurelio in the red, Nakamura in the black with the blue design.
Oh, nice, right up with the left hook.
Nakamura tries a high kick, loses his balance, but back up to his feet right away. Nice snap to that low kick, boss.
Yeah,
and Nakamura comes with the right hand, but it's Aurelio right in with a shot.
Nice. Look, oh. Now Nakamura's looking for something.
He's looking for that Kimura, boss, from the bottom there.
It's difficult. It's very difficult to do it from here.
Yeah, for sure. He's run out of real estate there. Now, Aurelio, great job of popping back up to side control.
Very nice. Good control. The way he went over, the transition, very nice.
Now he's in the half butterfly of Nakamura. Now the open guard, and really I think Aurelio, when he wants, when he picks the time, will be able to pass this guard, boss.
Oh, yeah.
As Aurelio is a BJJ whiz.
There we go, side mount.
Looking for the head and arm. No, he's just got cross-side position there, rains a knee into the body.
Let's see what he can do in this position this time. But do you think he's going to go for the mount again? It looks like he's going for the mount again.
It looks like that's what he's trying to do. And now he just kind of cradles Nakamura there momentarily. And right now he should be reining in more knees, baby boss, creating that damage. There you go. It looks like he was almost, he's got the mount.
Yep, and he'll.
And it looks like he was going for the armbar, didn't
he? No, triangular armbar was it. But Daisuke saw it, and there we go, same position. He shouldn't do this. He should go to the side now, because he doesn't have the time anymore, and he wants to finish.
We actually saw Tamura's lips move there, so obviously he knows what's happening here as the clock will become Nakamura's enemy. Only one 10-minute, one 5-minute round here in Bushido. Again, action being the mandate. And we're not seeing much of that right now, boss, even though Aurelio from the back mount is trying to increase position. Yep.
He's going to slide it over, maybe to a triangle again. There we go, see? He's got it. He's going to get it. Oh, this is tight. This is a good one. He has to push his head forward.
Triangle choke from the back mount.
Yep.
Beautifully done by Aurelio. How much longer can... Nice escape there by Nakamura. The backdoor escape, and he comes back with a high kick.
That is second escape that he did real well.
Now we'll get to see how much that Dutch Muay Thai training helped Aurelio, spending 2 months there last November working on his Muay Thai, sets up the takedown with that left and now has his back again. He's been getting his back at will tonight, boss.
Yep, and you see right there, he doesn't let his opponent climb on top of him. Right away, he goes all the way for the back. He's controlling the whole time. If the opponent moves to the left, he moves with him to the left. He never lays down.
And really, when you look at the judging criteria here in Pride Bushido, boss, I mean, this ground control, it definitely is going to aid Aurelio. He's also been much more active in terms of the effort to finish the fight by submission.
Here we go again. He's passing an arm.
Remember, April 23rd, what many are calling the most talent-laden tournament in MMA history begins from the Osaka Dome. It's the Pride 2005 middleweight tourney. Catch it on pay-per-view, the opening round, April 23.
Now, it looks like he can armbar him from this side now. Watch. If he can hold it, he's going to get it.
All right, we're into the final minute.
He's getting it. Whoa, he's getting it. He should hold it with his right hand, and he should bring the elbow, try to push the elbow. No, not anymore.
Nakamura will try to pop his head out here, but you got the
he was
triangle
the
there,
glove.
but he was, and I mean, right now,
no, he will get out of
Nakamura's just going to try to survive. He gets out, comes down with the right hand, but really has been unable to do much from this vantage point, and he says that he is a striker, and now he's going to have to unload all of his arsenal here, boss, because time is a factor.
Yeah, knee bar. Nice, and right away he jumps on it again. He knows he has to do something.
Too bad we didn't see some more of this maybe 4 minutes ago, boss, because Nakamura knows now that he has to let it all hang out. He's got the position there, but Aurelio now fights back as well.
Yeah, you started by saying the samurai spirit here with the cherry blossoms, and that's what Nakamura showed here.
Well, we saw
spirit.
A 30-second spurt of that samurai spirit, but let's see what the judges say here when we go to the criteria, boss. It's effort to finish the fight by KO or submission, damaging your opponent, standing combination and ground control, takedown and defense, and aggressiveness in that order. And we'll wait and see what the highly talented judges here at Pride Fighting Championships render as their verdict.
And here we go again for the replay. I thought he was going to get it here. He should have tried to push his head forward from the back and then push with both hands forward. But you know, once everybody starts sweating, it gets slippery, everybody starts to slip out, it's more easy saying things here from ringside than actually being in the ring.
Of course,
one
boss,
thing you can take from
one of the rules, a mantra in mixed martial arts is never let it go to the judges because you never know what can happen, right? But in this case, I mean, Aurelio did consistently try to finish the fight. It was Nakamura able to reverse at times, able to escape. We'll wait and see who the decision goes to here right now.
Judge Ohashi, Aurelio. Judge Miyake, Aurelio. Judge Kohashi, Aurelio.
A clean sweep for Marcus Maximus Aurelio, recording his first win in Pride Fighting Championships, improving to 1-1 with the unanimous decision victory over Daisuke Nakamura. What do you think Nakamura has to work on more than anything else after seeing him in his debut here tonight, boss?
You know, you can't tell by a fight like this, but his escapes are already real good, so maybe attacking attempts, go for submissions, but again, you know, against Marcus or Helio, it's just a difficult, it was just a strange matchup.
A matchup that ends in a victory via unanimous decision for that man right there, Marcus Maximus Aurelio, victorious here at the Yokohama Arena.
And there we have the replay again. This is what he should have done non-stop. Stay on the high guard, don't let him close the guard, and rain down the bombs. And there he went for that knee bar, but as you could see, he stepped up way too high. And it's the same as an arm bar, you know, you don't want to step up above the elbow. And the same with the knee, you want to stay below the knee. Make it as tight as you can. And that's why he escaped. Marcus escaped that knee bar. But it was a great attempt.
There you see Kyoshi Tamura leading Daisuke Nakamura back to the dressing room. He'll go back to the drawing board as well and hope for better results next time around. But for Marcus Maximus Aurelio and the American top team from Florida, a perfect night here at Bushido 6. As the two fighters, he and Dennis Kang, both victorious in boss. Still to come tonight, we have the main event, Fiódor Emelianenko and Tsuyoshi Kosaka. And of course, the final of the tournament as well, Paulo Filio versus Dean Lister. It's all coming up here at Bushido 6.
Pride Fighting Championships.
Now they are exchanging blows.
16 fighters. 1 champion. 2005's middleweight tournament begins.
The crowd's going crazy. 2 right, 3 right. And that is it.
Order Pride Fighting's Total Elimination 2005. Premiering Saturday, April 23rd on pay-per-view. A fighter has only one chance to not only prove to the world, but himself, that he is the best. And Pride Fighting Championships gives them that chance.
Managing to land those lefts.
Yes, he's got some good left there.
See the best young fighters in the world as they compete to make it to the top of the fight game.
He's along the rope and he got unbelievable.
Bushido 7 from Pride Fighting Championships. Premiering June 3rd on pay-per-view.
Our corner, 177センチ、72.1 キロ、Luis Azeredo!
Luis Azeredo is 28'5'9", 160 pounds. making his debut in Pride Fighting Championships.
72.8 キロ、ルイス・クソカタ。
Luis Bustamante Firmino's 23, 5'8", 160 pounds, undefeated in Pride at 2-0. And there you see the man who both Firmino and Azeredo have their sights set on, Takanori Gomi, the top lightweight fighter here in Japan. Boss, this is the first time since November of 2002 when at Pride 23, Ricardo Arona defeated Murilo Ninja Rua, that two Brazilians square off in a Pride ring, and you could see the intensity during the stare down. Brazilian bragging rights up for grabs.
Oh yeah. Woo! The tension is in the air. It's gonna be an explosive fight. Look at this. Right away to go.
Bustamante gets the takedown on Azeredo into the butterfly guard. And both of these fighters very aggressive. Both of them, of course, come from great gyms. Azeredo with the Shootbox Academy, Bustamante representing Brazilian top team.
You see, they're not sweating armbar at him, and how fast was that? And that's the best way to go for armbars, leg locks, everything in the beginning of the fight, because they don't sweat, they can't slip out.
Bustamante gets a single leg takedown into the butterfly guard here, and Azeredo now trying to guard sweep there, boss, and Bustamante just perpetual motion. Nice shot from underneath by Azeredo.
Very nice.
Azeredo, a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And since he joined Shootbox, he says that his biggest improvements have come in his striking, winning 4 via strikes. But right now, boss, he's in a position here where Bustamante will try to pass the guard. Buscape's looked sensational so far in his Pride tenure, boss. 2-0.
Yep. No, they're both phenomenal. This is a fight. This is going to be so very close, but still they won't stop. I don't think there's going to be any stalling in this fight because there's a lot of honor going on. Armbar attempt again. He's got it. No, he slips out. Wow.
Great escape there by Bustamante, and again, Bustamante has gone on record as saying he wants to be the first Pride lightweight champion. We can tell you that later this fall there will be a tournament in the 73 kilogram weight class to determine a champion, boss. Lots to look forward to later this year here in Bushido. And of course, for more information on what's happening with Pride Fighting Championships, all you have to do is log on to www.pridefc.com.
Now let's see what Scap is going to do now. This is what he should do. Ground and pound to go to the side mount. Look, nice movement here from both fighters. Yeah, this is submission fighting at its best here. Whoa, nice knee. Right away he shoots in.
Goes for the ankle pick there, does Bustamante. But you're right, boss. Both fighters very aggressive. Both fighters fluid motion. And now here's Bustamante, double leg.
Whoa.
Turns it into a single.
And he still got the leg.
Look at the balance of Azeredo, however, the leverage. It's amazing to watch two technicians like this, Luis Azeredo and Luis Bustamante, go at it here at Bushido 6. Now he's got his back, boss.
Yep.
But does he?
Standing up again. Look, figure 4 reverse.
Going
figure
for the
4.
Kimuras, Bustamante, they go back to the ground.
If it doesn't work, the figure 4, he can always use it as a sweep. Oh, not now. Because Azeredo has his left leg out. He's not in the guard.
They're in the open half guard of Bustamante, and really Azeredo trying to utilize his leverage there, but it's still holding onto that arm is Bustamante. Now Azeredo turns it into an armbar, and Bustamante, beautiful transition there, boss, unbelievable.
What an escape!
Wow.
This is his 3rd armbar escape, but you can see, you know now, if one thing goes wrong, if he misses one beat, he's going to get caught.
And two very intelligent fighters, boss, because you're right, from the Kimura into an Azeredo armbar attempt into Bustamante, getting Azeredo's back, but again, the turnaround here, it's amazing to watch.
Yes, this is just amazing. Normally, ground fighting, people say, oh, it's boring. Well, here you see that it's not boring at all.
And it's not boring when you're educated and watching the likes of Firmino and Bustamante and Azeredo, and only Pride Fighting Championships will deliver this kind of international action here at Bushido 6, and the referee now, boss, is going to bring them back to the center of the ring.
Yeah, that was good because I thought, whoa, is he going to stand him up? Because there was a lot of action on the ground. So, no, he made the right decision, brought him to the center of the ring, and there they restarted.
And Azeredo now trying to keep Bustamante tight. Bustamante, however, continually trying to improve his position, trying to pass the guard. Up kick there delivered by Azeredo, going for the single leg now. And all Bustamante does there for a moment is get down to the knee on belly position. But boss, these guys are going back and forth. It's tit for tat.
It's just crazy. Look at this. He's got the guillotine here. But no, it's not sunk in. Not at all. Not even close. So there's nothing there. You see right away also Bustamante let it go. A lot of people still think they got the guillotine and they keep pulling. They're wasting energy.
Exactly. And
so that you can see how talented those two guys are.
Part.
Yep.
Now let's see what Azeredo can do from the close guard of Bustamante. Azeredo.
Look, he's smothering him.
Trying to create that distance.
Now let's see if, Bustamante is going to go for armbar attempts.
Azeredo gets to train with the likes of Pride World middleweight champion Wanderlei Silva, and Silva has gone on record as saying that Azeredo would give Takanori Gomi a tough test. Meanwhile, Bustamante says he cannot sleep at night for the fact that he has Takanori Gomi on his mind 24 hours a day. So perhaps that's why we're seeing such an inspired effort, trying to improve and really entertain not only the crowd but the Pride Fighting Championship promoters, hoping that the winner of this bout perhaps gets a date with Gomi.
It would be great. It would be really great. But you know what? Gomi is very good. He's got a good takedown defense, and his hands, for what I've seen now, I think are a little better than both of these fighters here.
Azeredo being told by his corner to stand up, but there you are, an armbar attempt by Bustamante from the bottom. Now a hammer fist delivered by Azeredo.
Wow, man, they go from armbars to
self-position and now the knees. In lightning quick fashion, and we said it at the outset, boss. If you want to see the quickest lightweights and the most talented in the world, then you've come to the right place. Pride Fighting Championships Bushido.
Wow. Yeah, there's no stalling in this fight.
As there shouldn't be, especially with the Bushido rules, boss. 1-10 nice.
Oh, nice takedown on his head.
Bustamante, though, still on the bottom in the butt scoop position. Azeredo quick.
Oh, I never saw that. A backward stomp.
And Azeredo is known as one of the more creative fighters in Shibata. I believe taking a page out of Sakurai's book, boss.
I just wanted to say it. I mean, he's been studying Sakurai or something, because I've never seen something like this before.
We were warned that Azeredo was a spectacular fighter, a showman. When I say the word warned, we weren't warned, we were told.
Look at that.
Another nice reversal.
Whoa, just the way he climbs out on his back.
I can't remember when we've seen a ground battle this exciting here, boss. I mean, these two fighters, 160 pounds, from the country of Brazil, where jiu-jitsu is probably the national sport. If it isn't, it should be. A lot of people into the submission fighting. And now it's Azeredo trying to create the distance on Bustamante. Bustamante trying to neutralize his arms. I think he has a hold of his left arm there, does he not? Oh, yes, he was holding onto the wrist.
With these guys, they have only 3 more minutes left. You really don't know what's going to happen. One little mistake, it's the only thing that the opponent needs.
You know, at this level of fighting, and both of them being black belts in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boss, you've mentioned it many times, it's about conditioning, and I don't see any of these fighters tiring out yet. They've gone full tilt for 7+ minutes, and they continue to work. You can hear in the background the Portuguese instructions being yelled out by the shootbox corner. The likes of Hujamar Fedrigo.
Rafael Cordiero, that's the other one. He's the Thai boxing coach. That's the one you hear screaming the loudest right now.
Okay, Azeredo here, boss, is in. Well, it's a close guard now, and he's really tight in that guard, trying to create the distance, but Bustamante here has to buck those hips, explode those hips, look for the sweep, but Azeredo doing a good job of really widening his base, boss.
Yeah, this is just real good underhook. I just wanted to say it. Bustamante needs to do that, but you know what, Azeredo, he's just very good on the ground. Both of them, they're very close together.
Azeredo's coming off a TKO victory over a fellow Brazilian last November. We tell you, of course, that Bustamante is undefeated in Pride at 2-0. He beat Masakazu Imanari at Bushido 5.
There's a timeout. Whoa, Bustamante is receiving a red card.
And again, the red card in Bushido is given when the referee feels that Fighter wasn't working to improve, and of course, for stalling, so the first red card issued to Luis Bustamante Firmino. And again, there's no quota on the red cards, boss. 3 yellow cards and you are disqualified, but red cards can be given out until the fight is over.
Until they run out of red cards.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Very aggressive battle here between Bustamante and Firmino. Either one of them not willing to give an inch.
Here. Bustamante should throw a left knee now.
He's got the overhooks, but it's Azeredo there. We're into the final 60 seconds, the opening round of what has been a tremendous battle here between Luis Bustamante, a Brazilian top team in Shoot Box Academy's Luis Azeredo. And here we have Bustamante now in the open guard, boss.
Yeah, they just work hard. Look at this. He's setting up something again.
Azeredo looks like he's...
Yeah, setting up that arm for an arm bar, or even you can bring it on and later on make something else from it. This is exactly the position they started in, and from here he scooped his hips out and went for a straight armbar.
It's interesting, since the red card was issued to Bustamante, boss, and maybe because of that, he does seem to be fatiguing a bit right now. And
yep.
I mean, you can't really blame them after the sustained action we've seen.
It's so much energy that you throw away on the ground, people don't even realize. We get 10 seconds left. What can we do in 10 seconds? Not a lot.
Bustamante perhaps will try to rain down some bombs, but Azeredo's thwarting that attack, and there we have it. A tremendous opening 10 minutes between these two very talented Brazilians, boss.
Wow. That's the only thing I can say. I saw another fight here at the Pride Fighting Championships, and it was Carlos Newton against Matsui. And that fight was also a ground fight, and it was just an unbelievable
And
fight.
what about, I think it was Pride 3, Sakuraba and Newton, one of the earliest legendary battles here in Pride. What a great grappling matchup, and I think we're in for another one here tonight.
Yep. No, all great fights. Very well conditioned. Wow, who's going to win this fight? That's a difficult one. I mean, they're both trying to finish. They're both doing all the criteria. They try everything.
They're almost mirror images of each other, boss. And as you can see here, we see some action now with Azeredo looking for the armbar.
Look, he escapes, pushing the leg off. That's the only thing you need to do. Or pull the arm out, of course, just before they pull it on. But hey, that's normal. Look at this. Very nice.
Creativity, and we were told that Azeredo is a very creative fighter.
Yeah. But after that, he made that jump kick, but they didn't show that.
Well, we could almost show the entire 10 minutes if you really want to know the truth, boss, as a replay. There's nothing but highlights in that opening round.
Both of them, they look in a very good shape. Look at them.
Yeah, they're very well put together. And again, when you come from these two teams, you know that there's that familial spirit. The corners now getting out of the ring as we are about to engage in round number 2. They look at each other. You could see the look of intensity still on their faces. Not only is the bragging rights of Brazil up for grabs, but again, they want to make a very good showing here in hopes that the Pride Fighting Championship promoters put them in the ring against Takanori Gomi.
Bustamante right away comes in. I thought he was going to do that because he did it in round number 1. Whoa, look, he went for a knee bar.
And a somersault escape there by Azeredo. Now in the closed guard is Bustamante. It's just, one move, counter, back to another. It's just unbelievable to watch, boss.
Yep, he's trapping the right arm again. You see, every time he has a chance, he's strapping it. You don't know what's going to come. Look, he's strapping his left arm now. What is he going to attack?
He's neutralizing his attack is Azeredo, and Bustamante now with the crossface, trying to create that distance, looking to posture. But Azeredo is just a machine on the bottom there, boss. Great at defending this guard activity from Bustamante. Now he's looking for that arm, but no, he does a backward somersault here, and now can Bustamante capitalize, boss?
Whoa, yeah, if he throws some knees now. No, he wants to go for a takedown. Butterfly guard. Bustamante is going to try to pass that, probably. No, it's a full guard right now. There we have the stop, don't move rule. That means stop.
Don't move.
To the center of the ring, don't move. We forget about the don't move, and then we started in the center of the ring. You see, he locked up both hands, so he can attack both arms right now. But Bustamante, hey, he isn't born yesterday. And he's training with also the best guys in the world.
Luis Firmino, a Brazilian top team known as Bustamante, the nickname given to him by his first coach, Mario Scatta.
He pulled that one out fast. But you see the reflexes of Luis Azeredo are unbelievable. But then again, Luis Bustamante escapes just every attempt too, so.
Knowing you, boss, I'm surprised you haven't said yet that you can be sure of one thing, that Luis is going to win this fight.
yeah, that's one thing for sure. Luis is going to win this fight.
Now Bustamante posturing, but again, Azeredo just doing a really good job of keeping him tight in the guard, and the referee is calling a timeout, and red card to Azeredo this time.
Whoa, both have a red card.
And Bustamante. So the referee felt that there wasn't enough action going on, and now he'll restart them standing, and the fans here at the Yokohama Arena will appreciate this, as we'll get to see the proficiency of their striking now, as Azeredo and Bustamante bobbing and weaving. Azeredo looking to just stick his left hand out there, missing with the right hook, but landing the left there, and Azeredo again, good defense here, boss.
Very good defense. But you know, eventually Bustamante, I wanted to say, he's going to get it, yeah. Of course I can't say that now while they're down, but since he's been doing that before already a couple of times, I knew he was going to get it, but can he do something with it?
Yeah, so far Bustamante hasn't been able to do much from this position, but now he has side control, and he's stacked Azeredo. He can go for an armbar, he can go for a key lock here, but he has to create the distance, boss.
Yep. I even heard his corner scream, go for triangle. They're going to restart a little bit and more to the center, not so close to the ropes.
Just keep the action going here.
And that's the shoot box team
that
you can hear in the background.
They're happy with how Azeredo is defending from the bottom. And to be honest with you, boss, I agree. Bustamante right now from the guard, the half butterfly guard here, hasn't been able to do much.
No, he should create some distance now and start raining those bombs, because he needs more action at the end of the round. And you see, Azeredo is looking for submissions non-stop.
Azeredo doing a good job of defending from the bottom there, just really neutralizing, as you see Mario Sperry shouting out instructions to Luis Bustamante. He seems a little more intense than the shoot box corner at this time. I wonder if that's the sign of how they feel this fight is going, boss.
Last minute. Yeah, there's not a lot of damage. What do you think, Morrow? Is the ref going to put him back on their feet?
You know, with 1 minute left.
Attempt, but that was already out.
You know, because of Azeredo's activity on the bottom, I don't know if they're going to put it back on their feet, boss, because he's doing a great job of defending and even attempting to finish from the bottom. Bustamante right now seems to be static, and it's going to be interesting to see how the judges render a decision here, because time is running out into the final half minute of what has been a big battle between Luis Bustamante and Luis Azeredo. But you're right, boss. I mean, Bustamante in the second round, I don't think has done what he wanted to do, boss. And I guess that's because of the beautiful defense being shown by Azeredo.
Yep. No, this fight is very close. This fight is very close. And this one is going to be on my list. One of the best grappling matches.
There's going for a submission attempt, but just flipped over. And now Bustamante. And it's over, and what a battle it was. Bustamante holds his hands up, Azeredo holds his hands up, and why not? I mean, this is, of course, one of those times, boss, where we throw out that sports cliche. The judges have the unenviable task of picking a winner.
Yep. Thank God, huh? Because this is a difficult one.
For sure, and again, when looking at a Bushido fight, a pride fight, it's not round by round, it's judged as a complete fight. And the criteria again, effort to finish the fight by KO or submission. We saw lots of that, damaging your opponent, standing combination and ground control, takedown and defense, and aggressiveness. Again, too close to call. The judges will be forced to make their decision. A great performance by both fighters, a great debut from Luis Azeredo.
Oh, yes.
Boss, while we wait, well, we're going to the judge's decision right now.
判定の結果をお伝えします。ジャッジマットアゼレド、ジャッジ三宅ブスカペ、
I think
ジャッジ足立
it should be a split decision, boss. It was close, and Luis Azeredo records the win in his Pride Fighting Championships debut. You could see the jubilation, the joy on his face, and really for Luis Bustamante, boss, he should not be too upset. I think if anything, when he watches the tape again, maybe he'll feel a little depressed about what he was unable to do in that second round.
Yeah, it's probably stamina, a little stamina problems, but this is not something you have to be ashamed of.
No way.
And it's like I said, I told you yesterday with interviews, you know, he is in the top 10. And we're talking about 6 billion people around the world, and you're in the top 10, man, you gotta be one happy guy.
All right, well, boss, now the question arises, how do you think, after seeing Azeredo's performance in that fight, how do you think he would fare against the standard bearer here in Bushido's lightweight division, Takanori Gomi?
Well, he better take the fight to the ground. That's one thing. There we have Gomi. For the people who don't know him yet, this is Gomi. That's where everybody's gunning for right now because he is the man. He sticks his tongue out now. Look at this. It's a little bloody.
So, do you think he'd give him a run for his money? Or do you
He's going to give him a run for his money, but he needs to take him down. I think Gomi is just better on his feet. Look at these submissions here. How fast it goes, how they escape. They went in for a moment. Here, he wants to roll into a knee bar. There we have that jump.
You know, boss, you say he's better on his feet. I don't think we were really able to see Azeredo's skills on his feet too much because it was on the ground the majority of the time. He's won a lot of his fights by striking, by knockout, so it could be very interesting there. Sticking his tongue out is Luis Azeredo, and he should be, well, sticking his arms up in the air because he's a winner tonight at Bushido 6 here at the Yokohama Arena. Boss, the next fight here at Bushido 6 features this man, wrestling warrior Daiju Takkas, making his return to Pride after a year which he spent healing, taking it easy, training diligently. He makes his return to Bushido, and he's won back-to-back fights in Bushido against the likes of Carlos Newton and Chris Brennan. Tonight takes on a man who's making his debut in Pride, and Daniel Acassio.
Listen, just by the looks of him right now, he looks in a way better shape than he was in the last fight. In the last fight, he beat Carlos Newton. But he looks like he's been hitting the weights also. Less body fat. He looks in a good shape, and he's going to need it because Acassio, man, that guy can fly, and especially now teamed up with the Shootbox Academy. That means he's got a lot of wind and a lot of aggressiveness, and he told us that he is going to go. Just go and don't stop. Look at him. His physique is totally different than it was last time.
Yes, he's taken the time off to refocus and rethink about his fighting career. Daniel Acassio is 27, 5'10", 183 pounds, making his debut in Pride Fighting Championships. Daiju Takase is 27, 6 feet tall, 183 pounds, sporting a record of 5-3 in Pride. And remember, boss, when he made his debut against the gargantuan Emmanuel Yarborough at Pride 3, stopping the giant sumo star in that fight. And Emmanuel Yarborough, by the way, boss, is in this current Guinness Book of World Records as the world's biggest athlete, 764 pounds.
Yeah, that's 385 kilograms.
Understand he's also jumping on the reality show bandwagon. Of course, at that size, he might break the bandwagon. But Takase, since then, has had mixed results here in Pride, and we'll see what happens as he marks his return tonight against the debuting Brazilian fighter.
Came in there with the left right away, and now he shoots. Ooh,
nice
what a
takedown
nice
defense, good sprawl. And Acassio looking to find the kicks, and Acassio very dangerous on his feet. Now, he's a luta libre black belt for 15 years, and in case you don't know what luta libre is, it's jiu-jitsu with no gi, so he is definitely in his realm looking for that stomp, it seemed there, boss.
Yep, and especially with the Shoot Box Academy, they train on this stuff. Look.
And Dream Stage Entertainment CEO, Mr. Saki Kabara, went to Brazil scouting this fighter, saw him, liked his techniques, and said, hey, you're coming back to Japan and fighting in Pride.
Yep, something happened with the glove of Acassio. The laces came out, one lace at least, and Acassio retape it.
8-1 in mixed martial arts, making his MMA debut in a Mecca event, losing via triangle choke to current shootbox teammate Nilson De Castro. Since then, 8 straight wins, and hoping to make it 9 in a row. As you see, Hirohiko Yoshida, one of the participants in the upcoming middleweight tournament getting underway on April 23rd. 16 men from the Osaka Dome. Should be a tremendous tourney. Catch it on pay-per-view April 23rd. There's some nice combinations delivered by Acassio.
Whoa, there Takkas is coming back. Expect some knees here. Yeah, from the Shoot Box Academy. I mean, can't miss that. That they're gonna throw it. Whoa, what a takedown defense.
Here we go again. Takkas, a takedown specialist, a wrestling guru, and Daniel Acassio toying with him right now when it comes to the takedown. And there's a stop by Acassio, adding some histrionics to the early going of this fight. And boss, Takkas is probably already saying to himself, uh-oh, what have I gotten myself into here? But now gets his back, jumps on top of him. And we'll see how Acassio can defend from this position.
What can he do? You got to jump up real high and bridge backwards, but the danger is there that he can sink in the choke if you do that. But that would be something to do here now for Acassio. No, flip him backwards and then land on him. With your body weight and his body weight together, woo.
And we've seen that happen before in Pride Fighting Championships. Doesn't look to be in too much danger right now as Takkas still maneuvering around, trying to find the leverage and the grip to sink in that rear naked choke. And now
he's gonna shake him off, you see?
But he looks, great job by Takkas.
Let's train some abs here.
To keep his feet wrapped around the body of Acassio.
He's gonna slam him down so hard now. I have the feeling that he's gonna push his face into the canvas here.
The jump guard and Takkas right now just...
You know what? This is so smart what Acassio is doing. He just keeps standing because Takkas is wasting a lot of energy by holding that close guard.
Right.
He's going to shoot his legs full of lactic acid, which is not going to help him later on into the fight.
And Takkas here standing up with Acassio, throwing some lefts and rights wildly.
Whoa.
The left connect, some lefts and rights wildly.
Whoa.
The left connected there, straight through the guard. Acassio now just catches him with that left.
Oh, nice.
Up the middle.
Yep.
Pushing away now, Acassio creating that space again. Trying to cut off the ring on Takkas. Takkas circling away from the power. As you can see that Acassio's in the orthodox stance here, boss. So Takkas would be smart because his takedown attempts have been met with shots like that. Takkas has to be feeling frustrated right now, boss, knowing that one big part of his game plan is being thwarted, nullified by the spectacular takedown defense of Daniel Acassio.
Yep, but if you range some more punches like that and use that for a setup as for a takedown, he might get the takedown. Look at that left.
I don't know if he has a lot of power though with those shots. Takkas not known for his striking. Acassio not really showing the effects of those left hands by Daiju Takkas.
He's smiling at his opponent. He says, "You get up, man. I am not going to the ground."
We should mention, boss, that 5 of Daniel Acassio's victories have come by way of KO or TKO, so Takkas right now is in the danger zone, knowing something like that, and because he's such a grappling great, he wants to take this to the ground, unable to do so thus far.
Yep. And he needs to do it because Pele, he used to be with Shootbox later before. He lost against Takkas, and I'm sure that the Shootbox Academy says, okay, man, you got to set this record straight.
Man, that sprawl is just sensational. And a soccer kick to the head and a stomp for good measure.
And there we go, and it's on now.
Great sequence of events there by Acassio.
He's probably going to walk away. Oh, he's not.
Nice stomp connects. Now he's stacked up. Takkas raining down the lefts and rights. It's been all Daniel Acassio here against Daiju Takkas.
But you know what? That was exactly the same when he fought Pele, and then he pulled out that triangle choke.
Another stop, two of them.
Nice pass there.
Direct from Brazil, and the Brazilians are all about the stomps and the soccer kicks, especially the Shootbox Academy, and their leader, Vanderlei Silva, the Pride World Middleweight Champion.
I love that. When they do that, going to the body, beautiful.
How long is the referee going to keep this in this? Oh, I guess as long as Acassio continues to deliver those kicks.
He's over. It looked like
hammer fist.
Or he's just resting, but it looked like it had impact.
I don't know if it's a restful rest, boss, with those soccer kicks and stomps.
He's just very comfortable. Takkas is just very relaxed.
And again, separating, there's another stomp. I think the referee should maybe think about bringing this back to their feet, boss, soon.
Whoa, nice there. Can he get the takedown? No.
All right, they're back to their feet now. There's a left hand. And again, it's a big left, boss, but I don't think Takkas has this knockout power. Acassio does.
Oh, yeah.
There's a stop.
It's something, man, with those Shootbox guys. Once they go, they go. Never boring.
So far, a tremendous debut by Daniel Acassio. 3 minutes left in this opening 10-minute round. Takkas slowly getting back up to his feet.
Yeah, all the takedown attempts are taking their toll right now.
Oh, mentally for sure.
Mentally and physically, because you see him. Oh,
and he's rocked by that right hand.
Oh,
another kick.
Another left kick.
It's just wow. Well, I think we are seeing a mini Vanderlei Silva here, boss. And when I say mini, he's only well, he's 183 pounds, but he definitely is very exciting to watch from this vantage point. And meanwhile, Takkas maybe trying to take out his legs now, but he wants to drag Acassio into his guard, but there's no way. Acassio's way too smart. Acassio backing up Takkas, rocks him with that straight left. And now Takkas desperately trying something. Almost connects again with that kick. And I mean, this is has to be a very frustrating outing so far for Takkas, as he's just been stopped at every angle, every opportunity here. Daniel Acassio just nullifying the offensive pursuits of Daiju Takkas.
You see, they put him back on their feet.
And that's what they should do.
And Acassio is playing a smart game. He says, I'm going to keep it on my feet because I'm beating you on my feet. Why not? Why would I go to the ground? Why would I take that risk?
Another right, and that backs up Takkas.
1 minute left. And you see Acassio still throws everything with power.
And I don't think that bell can come soon enough for Daiju Takkas. He'll have to regroup during the 90-second interval, boss, because you could see the look on his face. I mean, there's another left, and he's trying valiantly with those punches, boss, but you know they do not possess the power that Acassio's shots do.
Yep.
There's a tie clinch.
Knees to the head. Typical tie, shoot the box. There we go, see?
Catches him on the chin, backs him up again.
That left hook, if that would have been a hit while he was backing up, ooh, he has to watch out.
Wow,
now.
misses with that very deadly right cross delivered with bad intentions.
Only 10 seconds left. Yeah, right now this round to me is in the bag from Daniel Acassio.
An awesome display by Daniel Acassio. And Daiju Takase wondering right now what happened. And we'll have to see what happens in the second round. But boss, you can't say much negative about Daniel Acassio's opening round. But for Daiju Takase, a veteran of Pride Fighting Championships, is there anything possible that he could do to try to turn the tables of this fight, knowing what he's facing in the form of Daniel Acassio tonight?
Yeah, what he can try to do, but it's very difficult because Acassio is a better striker. Yeah, here we go in the replay, but I will talk. Oh, that was a nice right hand there. He has to try to lock up Daniel Acassio into the corner and then go for a takedown. Not the other way around. It's not going to work. Acassio is just way too fast.
Just excitement all over Daniel Acassio. Beautiful stomps and kicks.
You see, and Acassio doesn't want to have him close by anyway, so like things like jumping guard is not going to work. Also, if you want to jump guard again, he's got to push him into the corner and then jump guard. But hey, the downside is jumping guard, they can slam you, and they can slam you down hard.
And you talk about, too, boss, the fact that he can set up a takedown attempt with like a left followed by a right kick, but we've seen already that he doesn't have the power that's going to cause any problems for Acassio. There's another nice knee up the middle.
And now that left hook just misses. That was, if that would have been a hit, woo!
It would have been lights out for Daiju Takase.
But Takase comes out of his corner. And he looks pretty fresh.
As it is, his electricity bill may be overdue, boss, because he's definitely going to have to scale a big mountain in here the second round if he wants to pull out the victory against Daniel Acassio. He is capable of doing so, as you've stated, boss. We saw him in earlier Pride events beat the likes of Anderson Silva when everyone thought perhaps Silva was on his way to victory, when he turned a beautiful performance into a victory.
Yep. And that was the person actually I meant instead of Pele. It was Anderson Silva.
Yep. No problem. There's a shot, but again, met with that sprawl, boss.
What a sprawl.
Right now, he shades of Miracle Crocop in his sprawl, boss. The takedown defense that we saw exhibited on our recent show where Miracle Crocop defeated wrestling great Mark the Hammer Coleman, and now both fighters are getting a red card?
No, I think it's Takase.
Oh, because he showed it to Acassio, so I was wondering.
Yeah, I thought maybe he showed it to the other refs also. I hope.
Okay.
Because
but a red card nevertheless.
But a red card will wake Takase up. That means you got to work, man.
And he's
otherwise
trying
you're going to get
now.
another one.
Referee calling for action. Bringing them back up to their feet.
Big left, but didn't connect. And like you said before, even if it does, it doesn't have the real power behind it.
He may be able to try to use it now. He's adding a little drama of his own with a spinning back kick, but I mean, it just brings about a smile on the face of Acassio. That was a nice jab delivered by Takase. But again, he finds himself on his back, boss.
Yep. And same thing over again. Hit the upper thighs. Oh, that is going to hurt so bad.
Kicks.
The thing is,
right on the target.
The thing is with the leg kicks like this, you can't flex your muscles, your upper leg muscles, so everything that you receive is going to hurt like 10 times more.
Bring up a great point, boss, and not, I mean, again, physically he's being dismantled, but I think mentally as well. Daiju Takase right now is in a world that he doesn't want to be in, boss. I mean, you can just see it even from this picture on the screen right now. I mean, Takase very slow to get back up to his feet. Meanwhile, Daniel Acassio is just a one-man wrecking machine here in his debut in Pride Fighting Championships. Body lock.
Stop. And go! This is it. That was a hard kick.
Timer fit.
Oh, and another one.
Another. How much more are we going to see of this as Daniel Acassio at will. Continues to, now he's stacked them up there, boss, and just raining down those right bombs.
Wow.
I mean, look at this, boss. The position.
Yes, this could be the end
Referee
of the fight.
is looking very, very closely at what's transpiring here. Again, safety for the fighters paramount. Now Takkas trips Acassio, but like a spring, boss, he's back up and pushes Takkas back on his back.
Yep, and he needed to. Whoa.
Takkas gives a nod of approval, saying, no, I'm not going to give up. And that's a testament to him, boss. He has the heart of a warrior.
Oh, yeah.
And again, it's just a case tonight where styles make fights, boss. And the guy making his debut on the other side is just too much to handle. Kick, left, right.
One knee to the body. Yep, but a good one. That's jumping guard, but you see he's just walking away. He knows. Oh, those stomps, they're so accurate. It's great.
It's a
Look at this.
textbook. The towel is finally thrown in mercifully. And Daniel Acassio, an awesome debut as he massacres Daiju Takkas here at Bushido 6, boss. Wow.
It's crazy. I know.
3 minutes and 34 seconds of the second round, so 13 and a half minutes, and one has to feel for Daiju Takkas being attended to right now by the crack medical staff here, boss, and we say it over and over, the fans at home, yes, these are warriors, yes, these are fighters, but safety is paramount, and Daiju Takkas is being looked after right now. Meanwhile, Daniel Acassio celebrating with members of Shootbox Academy. And we take a look at the replay, boss, of what really was a one-sided affair.
Now here we go, full hit, and that kick didn't, had a lot of power behind it also. Look at this, and he's non-stop going for it, everything. Look at the stomp kick.
Boss, watching what you've just watched, and I know you have to entertain the crowd, should the corner have thrown in the towel sooner, do you think?
No, I think it was right. Yeah, maybe when he dropped himself, and then when he dropped on his back, that was kind of saying, you know what, I don't want to be in this fight anymore. So, but I thought it was very wise of the corner to throw in the towel.
For sure.
And like you said also, seconds before that the ref was looking very closely, and he almost stopped the fight. So, no, good decision here by the corner, and otherwise the ref would have done it, I believe.
Nice to see that Daiju Takkas is walking back to his dressing room under his own volition. So, that's a good sign. And still to come, boss. Great final to look forward to between Dean Lister and Paulo Filio. One of those warriors will be on their way to the Pride Middleweight Tournament beginning on April 23rd on pay-per-view. And what about the main event? Tsuyoshi Kosaka against Fiódor Emelianenko. Japanese fans wonder, can lightning strike twice?
The wait is over.
Pride Fighting Championships.
Now they are exchanging blows.
16 fighters. One champion. 2005's middleweight tournament begins.
The crowd's going crazy. 2 right, 3 right. And that is it.
Order Pride Fighting's Total Elimination 2005. Premiering Saturday, April 23rd on pay-per-view. A fighter has only one chance to not only prove to the world, but himself, that he is the best. And Pride Fighting Championships gives them that chance.
Managing to land those lefts. Yes, he's got some good left.
See the best young fighters in the world as they compete to make it to the top of the fight game.
He's along the rope, and he's done. Unbelievable.
Bushido 7 from Pride Fighting Championships. Premiering June 3rd on pay-per-view.
Bushido 6 continues at the Yokohama Arena as Alexander Emelianenko is about to make his way to the ring. And boss, Emelianenko sporting the new Red Devils Fight Club sportswear. He and his brother Fiódor Emelianenko, a part of that team. We saw Amar Sulev earlier tonight, representing the Red Devil Club as well. Now, Alexander Emelianenko, boss, in his last outing, took all of 11 seconds before he got rid of the English debt collector, James Thompson. Tonight, even though he is 6'5", boss, he will be the smaller fighter in this matchup because he's taking on someone you know well from Brazil.
Ricardo Morais. And like you said in the opening, it's somebody, it looks like they made him in the laboratory, and it's true. The guy is gigantic. He is huge. And talking about that sweater, the Red Devil sweater, Mauro, still I'm asking, why didn't you take it? They offered you to give you one, and you didn't take it, and it was the only one of its kind.
Yeah, when the Pride World Heavyweight Champion offers to give me something like that, boss, I just get a little scared because it is Fiódor Emelianenko, and you never know maybe what I have to do to get it. But seriously, an awesome team and awesome fighters. And you talked about Alexander Emelianenko continuing to get into better shape, boss. He's lost an additional 12 pounds since we last saw him. And there you see his opponent, Ricardo the Mutant Morais. And there is the tattoo body of Alexander Emelianenko. This one should be a slugfest, boss, and I think it'll end sooner than we think.
これより第7試合を行います。青コーナー205センチ121キロ
Ricardo the Mutant Morais is 38, 6'8", 266 pounds, 0-1 in Pride.
98センチ115キロEmelianenko
Alexander Emelianenko is 23, 6'5", 253 pounds. He's 3-1 in Pride fighting championships. Boss, there is a lot of fighter involved in this matchup, and look at this. Alexander Emelianenko, for probably one of the few times in his life and career, has to peer up to see his opponent eye to eye, boss.
Yeah, we see here Ricardo, his face, scary. And if you look at Alexander, he's got scary tattoos. So that face could be a good tattoo on an arm of Alexander there.
Morais now fighting with the Minotauro team, an offshoot of the Brazilian top team, a team formed by Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, and Morais is already tagged with a shot from Emelianenko to get his attention right away.
Hey, and what did Alexander do with us? Oh, here we go!
Some of the left and right, it's over! Morais is already out of the ring, and it's over!
And you remember, he told us he was dancing in the interview room, and he said he was doing the Muhammad Ali shuffle. He said, I'm light on my feet, I'm going to move around the ring, you watch me. And he did it. He stepped right away out of the shooting range. It's unbelievable.
But he'll be disappointed, boss, because the last time we saw him, he defeated James Thompson in 11 seconds. Tonight, he had to work 4 seconds more, 15 seconds before a towering KO of Ricardo the Mutant Morais.
Whoa! And that's for the people at home who play the liver shot game. The whoa, because liver shot. Okay, now get drunk.
Morais, when he crashed down to the canvas, boss, 6'8", 266 pounds, the reverberations were felt throughout the Yokohama arena, as the replay will tell you. Alexander Emelianenko, you mentioned it, boss, as well. The more experience he gets, the more we see him here in Pride. His personality begins to show. You saw him do the shuffle, as you mentioned. This guy's got a very bright future, having worked just 26 seconds total in his last 2 Pride fights.
It's unbelievable. And look, the shape he is in. The first fight we saw him, and how many pounds did he lose since then? It's got to be like 40 pounds or something.
Since he started at Bushido 1 against Asuero Silva, I would venture to guess that you are correct, my friend, because as we mentioned, here we go, boss. Let's take a look at the fight.
That was the first one, and that was the hard one. He's already out now. He's standing. That was wrong. He's already moving a little bit. Okay, now it's totally over. Here we go.
That left hook really rocked him, and just a flurry of punches.
I want to see the first attack. Oh, that 1-2 was so hard.
What a sight to see, boss, because did you see there for a moment he was shucking and jiving? I mean, Alexander Emelianenko really enjoying himself here in Pride tonight. Look at this.
But you know what he does so perfect? His distance. He stays, he doesn't come too close, not too aggressive, stays exactly in the same shooting range. Perfect. But I wanted to see the beginning, because when Ricardo attacked, Alexander moved to the side so fast. He was right. Like, again, I said it, you know, yesterday he was moving around. He says, you watch me, how light I am on my feet. Well, it's going to be tough. for his next opponent. That's one thing for sure.
Alexander Emelianenko becoming a heavyweight force here in Pride Fighting Championships. 11-second knockout of Ricardo the Mutant Morais. Emelianenko, well, he gets to watch his brother now participate very soon in the main event against Tsuyoshi Kosaka. Murillo Bustamante is 38'6'1", 183 pounds, 0-3 in Pride Fighting Championships. Ryuta Sakurai is 33'5'10", 183 pounds, 0-1 record in Pride. Boss, in his last fight in December of last year, Sakurai defeated Ryuki Uyama, another Bushido veteran, in just seconds to become the deep middleweight champion. Of course, Deep, a smaller promotion here in Japan, and now stepping up to Bushido to take on the submission specialist from Brazil in Murillo Bustamante. And Bustamante, boss, really has to be wondering what it's going to take to find victory here in Pride after making the move from the Ultimate Fighting Championships.
But you know what? He's fighting somebody now in his own weight class.
First time.
First time. So that's good for Murillo too. Let's see if he can capitalize on that. Oh, right away goes right straight and goes in for a body clinch.
There's a knee attempt by Sakurai.
Oh, nice right uppercut there.
Nice, and we do know that Bustamante has some boxing training in his background as well, so it's not only about the jiu-jitsu. He does feel comfortable in the stand-up. One of the veteran Brazilians who does that. That sets up the shot there, boss.
Beautiful. Very good. And now this is his game, the ground game. He's known for this.
He's a 7-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu national champion. Competed for years in Brazil in BJJ tournaments for the Carlson Gracie team before he, Mario Sperry, and Duarte formed the Brazilian top team. And now he's on his feet, raining down the rights to Sakurai.
Is he going to make a cartwheel?
Well, he passes it.
Yeah.
And now it's got his back, boss.
This is trouble. Murillo Bustamante on your back.
He wants to get the hooks in.
Yeah, the way to get the hooks off is, like we said in the beginning, is stretch one leg, and then one hook will flip off, and then you turn them to the other side.
And
make sure that you keep make sure that you keep your jaw close to your shoulder.
That's
Otherwise,
right.
you're going to get choked in the process.
And I was just going to say that Bustamante, very methodical from this vantage point. He'll take his time. He knows exactly what to do in this position, so you won't expect a veteran like Bustamante to expend unnecessary energy.
Yeah, and he will go for different things than a choke from this position. He will go for an armbar from the back. You watch.
Right now, he's just raining down those right hands from the back.
Choke. We can't see if it's under, but I don't believe it.
Trying to sink in what they call in Portuguese the mata-leon, the lion kill, boss.
Yep, apparently the only way to kill a lion, I never did it before, but is to choke him out.
I wouldn't want to get close enough to a lion to figure out if I could choke him out, boss.
I don't know. If it's a stuffed lion, it's okay with me.
Bustamante now from the high back mount, just taking his time again, looking for the crossface there, but Sakurai doing a good job of defending the choke thus far, as you say, boss.
Yep.
Tucking his chin, but he has to be a little more aggressive from the bottom, not doing much, and we saw this earlier tonight.
Yeah, but Murillo also has to start working, because otherwise they're going to put him back. This is very smart what he does. He goes for a guillotine, and he's known for his guillotine.
He's got the
he's got the anaconda choke. He's got it. He's got the anaconda choke on him. Let me see. No. Oh, that's a knee.
Oh, nice knee. Delivered by Bustamante in total control here, boss.
Yep.
North-south position. And really, we haven't seen much from Sakurai. On the ground, another knee. It finds the shoulder blade.
But hey, if it hits the collarbone,
could break that clavicle.
Yep.
Whoop. Oh, a nice knee right there by Bustamante,
knee.
and that'll rattle the brain of Ryuta Sakurai.
Yep.
So Bustamante doing exactly what he needs to be doing from this point, boss.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, because now if Sakurai gets a little bit distracted by those knees, he can apply that the choke. Again,
the anaconda choke.
The anaconda choke. You got me. I was going for a cobra now.
Right. Well, there's another knee straight up the middle, and he's striking with the precision of a cobra with those knees, boss. And now Sakurai's back up on his feet, misses with the left as Bustamante goes for the takedown. Good defense being employed.
Oh, he's got a guillotine.
He's got the choke, but.
Did you see how Bustamante got out of it? He turned himself on his back. What a smart way to get out of a guillotine.
Beautiful escape, and now inside control is Ryuta Sakurai, known for striking knee on belly position. Bustamante tries to scramble underneath, but Sakurai reins in those right hands.
He should escape the back door exactly like he's doing right now. And I expected that from Aurelio because, yeah, we're repeating ourselves. He's good on the ground. But hey, Sakurai is doing real good.
Yep, Bustamante trains in wrestling, boxing, and jiu-jitsu. Sakurai, to prepare, has been sparring and circuit training. One of the more physically gifted Japanese fighters in Pride. And he tags him with that left hand. Now into the clinch, the Greco-Roman clinch here, boss.
Yep. Sakurai also in the process. Oh, nice takedown there.
The wizard
almost landed on his head.
Catches the chin of Sakurai. Trying to gauge the distance now as Sakurai comes back with a left hand. Good fight thus far, boss.
Yep. Left hook, right straight should be the next combination. Oh, left, right, that's good too. Nice.
You know that Bustamante is using these strikes to try to set up a takedown, but Sakurai responding in kind. Oh, and he's tagged with that jab.
And that's a stiff jab because Sakurai just walked into it. Oh, he's going to get him. Look at that 1-2.
This is a slugfest, surprisingly, involving Murilo Bustamante from the Brazilian top team, boss.
Yep.
And a takedown by Sakurai.
Like I said in the opening, he's been knocking out people on his feet too. So, yeah, watch out for that right hand.
Well, this is a place, though, where, again, Bustamante is definitely comfortable. Sakurai's been susceptible to submissions in the past, but has been working on his submission defense. And when you fight someone from Brazilian top team, you better know your submission defense.
Yeah, because they're going to work circles around you. They will go for everything.
We did see Sakurai make his Pride debut at Bushido 2, where he lost via decision to Yushin Okami of Japan. He was quoted as saying he wants to mess up Bustamante's face, boss.
Why would you say that? Huh?
Showing it's a killer instinct, showing some of the aggressiveness that you need to be a warrior in Pride Fighting Championships. I mean, it's all about respect, and it is a very respectful sport, but there you go,
He's got the guillotine, he's got the arm in between. Normally, a normal person can't finish it, but Bustamante, I've seen him finishing people like this, with the guillotine choke with an arm included. Bustamante, just before this, he worked the Kimura, and I thought he was going to reverse him, but Sakurai felt it, and he pulled it out right away.
You know, the Japanese fighters, boss, they sometimes almost too respectful, so it's kind of nice to see a guy like Sakurai talk a little smack and say he wants to mess up Bustamante's face. And right now, though, he's in the danger zone as Bustamante continues to work that guillotine choke. But like you say, boss, that arm is trapped.
And he's got him in the guard now. Now, can he bring up his left arm enough to apply to crush the windpipe of Sakurai? That's the only question, and that's why he's got to bypass that arm.
And there's so many newcomers to mixed martial arts. Great camera shot there, boss. You're right. It is about taking the forearm and putting it against that windpipe, like you say. So many times we see people waste with the under the chin, and that you're just expending energy there. You're not doing anything.
Yep. The wrist on the throat. But you know what? If he lets his hands go now, in order to bypass that arm, Sakurai is going to pull his head out. So there's no way he can let it go. What he's doing right now is losing energy.
Yeah, and
wasting energy.
And where they are in vicinity of the ropes there, you're right. I would.
In Pancras, I play games. I would make sounds now like I'm in trouble, and then the opponent starts pulling and pulling and pulling, and I would keep making those sounds. So they drain all their energy,
Playing
and
possum.
then once they're drained,
smart.
you go out again.
That's why you're called El Guapo, the Boss Rutan. That's why you won 22 fights in a row. And now, Sakurai trying to create the distance from the close guard.
There's a restart in the center now.
The referee doing a good job. And it's been a great fight thus far between Ryuta Sakurai and Murilo Bustamante, both looking for their first wins in Pride. Bustamante, of course, has had a long and illustrious career, former UFC middleweight champion, but so far, he's found it very tough, the competition here in Pride Fighting Championships.
Oh, good lefts there from Sakurai. Those have impact too. Murillo has to start working now. Yep, and he's going. There we go, Omoplata.
Omoplata attempt here, but and a nice try there by Sakurai, doing a good job from the top, boss. With his positioning and his balance, and now he's got, I thought he was going to give him his back there momentarily, back in the north-south position into the guillotine box.
Yeah, but he's got side mount, there's nothing. The only thing Murillo needs to do now is cross-face him, let his face point to us, push the face to us, and pull out.
And you did exactly that there. Bustamante immediately escaping danger by going to cross-side position, boss. But Sakurai, what do you think so far about Ryuta Sakurai against the likes of a veteran like Murillo Bustamante?
Yeah, lots of respect, that's what I think. Because I didn't expect this. Look at this, he's going to the mount. Oh, no, right away, butterfly guard. He wants
Bustamante
to get him up.
now raining down some lefts and rights and spins out of the leg lock attempt there. And the referee will bring Sakurai back up to his feet. And the fans responding with approval. They're enjoying the action. In the final minute between Sakurai and Bustamante, the tie clinch and a couple of knees for good measure.
Yep, to the midsection, the end of the round. It's always good to do. Go to the body. The only reason why you shouldn't do that when you're fresh, and especially against the wrestlers, don't throw the knees to the body because they're going to catch it. They're going to take the knee, catch it, and they're going to take you down. That's why Vanderlei Silva, he throws everything at the head. You can't take a knee to the head and then grab it. You got to block it first, defend it. Oh, look at this. Moving around, nice shots here from Murillo.
Striking being shown by Bustamante. Now Sakurai in the dying stages of this first round met with some hammer fists. He has to defend himself, but look at Bustamante doing a good job of neutralizing the right arm of Sakurai. And really, boss, this is great to see for Bustamante because doing a great job of striking from the top.
Yep, too bad it was late into the round.
Wow, back and forth matchup there, boss. And again, in Pride Fighting Championships, it's not judged round by round, but as a complete fight, so the judges are making notes. And again, the criteria looking for the effort to finish the fight by KO or submission, damaging your opponent, standing combination and ground control, takedown and defense, and aggressiveness. And as the replay will show, boss, a good effort on both fighters' parts in that opening 10 minutes.
Yep, and here you see that he had that anaconda choke in the beginning. Now he's out. And he starts raining those knees. Whoa, look at those 1-2s. And he right away is another one going, whoa, one left back. Nice right straight there from Sakurai. Good left hook again. Right away, he uses that punching combination to go for a takedown. You see, always do what Murillo Bustamante does here. They catch you in the guillotine, go to the opposite side of where your head is caught. Very important. He should have mixed this up with with right straights, like a hammer fist and then a right straight with the same hand. That would have been great because then they defend the hammer fist, and he's going to be wide open for the right straight.
Murillo Bustamante coming off a loss to Kazuhiro Nakamura. At Final Conflict 2004, he says that's his real only loss in Pride, as he felt against Quinton Jackson, taking over for Ricardo Arona at the last minute. Got the short end of that deal, and then of course the fight with Dan Henderson, where an accidental headbutt caused the outcome. So Bustamante really definitely wants to reverse his fortunes here in Pride Fighting Championships, but against the cyborg Ryuta Sakurai, it's proven to be a tough test as well so far tonight, boss.
Yes, it will be, but in my eyes right here, as I can see it, Sakurai looks more tired than Murillo does. But looks, might deceive, so, because he starts kicking right away, and if you're tired, you don't start like that. Or it's all a bluff, of course.
Sakurai, 5 years younger than Bustamante. Bustamante with the reach advantage, 6'1" to Sakurai's 5'10". Missing with the uppercut with Sakurai, and he's tagged by Bustamante. Bustamante really doing a good job of showcasing his pugilistic skills, boss.
He's doing good. Left, right, straights, they rain everywhere. If he adds another left hook, it would be perfect.
Sakurai now trying to come forward. Bustamante with the uppercut in the left, and right now this is a boxing match between Sakurai and Bustamante, stand-up action.
Nice. And
a tie clinch by Sakurai and a knee.
You can see that Bustamante worked on his right uppercut, because he threw a lot of right uppercuts.
Out of the Greco-Roman clinch against the ropes. You can see the effects of the battle there on the body of Bustamante. Now against the ropes, we'll see what happens as Bustamante tries to put some knees into the mix, boss.
Yep. Which is a very smart thing to do. Also knee the legs, because again,
Take
if
away
he stands
that
in
base.
if he stands in that position all leaned over, the legs are not flexed, you can't flex the muscles, the impact will be way greater than when you flex your muscles.
And for those of you that don't think Bustamante has much in the way of boxing skills, Sakurai's face is beginning to show that that is simply not the case. That Bustamante is definitely a striker as well. So Murillo Bustamante doing a good job in this round, boss, of really taking it to Sakurai in the stand-up.
Yep, that's what I said.
Nice
Sakurai
run.
looked like he was tired when he came out. His reflexes are not super there anymore.
There's
That's
a
right.
nice
Look
shot.
at it, easy takedown. He's got the guillotine. See, as Sakurai tries to bypass that arm, but now probably Bustamante will escape. You see, because he opened his grip.
And let's give credit to Sakurai for at least attempting their boss to trap Bustamante, because right now it is Bustamante that is clearly dominating in the striking department. There's a stomp through the guard. And the referee doing a great job tonight, boss, is not seeing much action, wants to bring it back up to their feet. And we've really been entertained with the striking display of Murillo Bustamante in the second round.
He should throw a three. A left, right with a hook.
Sakurai now tries to come back with some shots of his own. There's a left.
If you're tired, the only thing you want to do is tune in on his jaw, keep your eyes on him, and then whatever happens, shoot with your strong arm at the jaw. And save your energy. Another
And he
easy
fakes a shot
takedown.
and gets the takedown along the ropes, however, boss. Not where he wanted to be.
He's going to pull him away from the rope.
Now the knee on belly through the guard. Bustamante, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu stylist, has the mount now, boss.
Yep. And Sakurai is too tired now to start bucking up.
And they're going to restart here in the center of the ring in the mount position for Bustamante.
You know, Sakurai is also tired, and I said it in the beginning, you're breathing through your belly. That is if you do it the right way. So if somebody mounts you and you're tired and he sits with his body weight on you, that's quite a problem you have there.
And while Sakurai is the deep middleweight champion, and deservedly so, he is finding out firsthand tonight how tough, much tougher the competition here is in Pride Fighting Championships at Bushido 6 against the former UFC champion Murillo Bustamante.
Yeah.
It looks like Bustamante was almost looking to go for the armbar there, boss.
Hey, Mauro, man, you're getting growing day by day. You're exactly right.
In the wrong places, though, boss.
No,
in the middle and not in the height.
No, mentally.
Oh, mentally.
About the fighting game, my friend. You're doing good.
And so is Bustamante right now with those strikes through the guard. Sakurai in a world of trouble here now, boss.
That's what he
Attempts the
should
buck.
do.
Exactly.
Yep, that's what he should do. You saw what Bustamante did. He had to post out. Again.
All right, boss.
Looking for the armbar.
Into the final minute. And really, Bustamante will try to probably put an exclamation point on this matchup by going for a submission, or maybe trying to ground and pound Sakurai into submission. But really, you have to be pleased, boss, if you're a fan of Murillo Bustamante, by how he has performed in this fight tonight. And even Ryota Sakurai, a very valiant effort on his part. And of course, it's still anybody's match, because who knows what can happen here in the final few seconds of this Bushido 6 bout.
I have the feeling that if the corner starts yelling and Murillo that he's got 15 seconds left, maybe he's going to try to pull off a submission or something.
But this is the wonder of mixed martial arts and what makes it the greatest sport in the world, boss. Murillo Bustamante, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion 7 times over, a submission specialist, and tonight he decides to show the world his striking skills, and it's been a sight to see.
A ground and pound. There we go for a figure 4. No, he let it go because otherwise he would have been reversed. Perfect.
Great fight. And you can see Bustamante tapping the face of Sakurai as if to say, thanks for a great fight, my friend. And really, both fighters, tremendous display. But I think, boss, with that second round, we'll wait and see what happens. But Murillo Bustamante may be very close to gaining his first victory here at Pride Fighting Championships.
Yep. Here we go. Replay. Whoa, yeah, that right uppercut. He's been training on that. Look at those stiff jabs. And as you see, he keeps his eyes open, whatever happens.
And boss, we mentioned the fact that Bustamante has the reach advantage and really exploited that in this fight as well.
Judge Mato Murino. Judge Miyake Murino. Judge Koyashi Murino.
Unanimous decision.
And you can see how much Murilo Bustamante wanted this, giving thanks, and really, the monkey, the proverbial 600-pound gorilla, if you will, is off his back, boss. He tastes victory for the first time here in Pride Fighting Championships, and just a sensational striking display from the submission man from Brazilian top team.
Yep, and he can do it because, like I said, you know, when he's got the mount, he sits a little bit higher in a high mount. And if you're in a high mount, the opponent on the bottom doesn't have any leverage to buck you off. It's more difficult. That's why I always say push him back to your hips and then start exploding.
What do you say to the people at home, boss, watching that say, yeah, you know, Murilo Bustamante showed some striking techniques, but maybe the level of his opposition wasn't able to really exploit further what Bustamante was like as a striker? I mean, are you impressed, being, you know, a great striker in your own right, with Bustamante's skills in the stand-up tonight?
I was very impressed. I mean, he hit a lot of 1-2s, and right on the button. The jabs, they were all hits. All hits. If he would have added one left hook after the 1-2, there could have been a lot of damage there. But you know what? Sakurai is a real good fighter. So
definitely. And
that's why we gotta give props to both of the fighters, of course. But it's great to see Murilo win, because now he's got his first victory. Now he's got the hunger again, and we're gonna see him even better next time.
He gets his first win in his weight class. First time he's fought here in Pride at 183 pounds against someone his own weight, and now he salutes the crowd, making his way past us. A very happy and relieved, I would suggest, Murilo Bustamante with his first win in Pride Fighting Championships. And boss, still to come tonight. What do you think? Tsuyoshi Kosaka against Fiódor Emelianenko. Revenge on Emelianenko's mind for what happened 4 years ago.
Yeah, in the interview he told us, no, there's no revenge, but he was thinking about his answer, and I thought, you know, listen, man, if that's my only loss, I'm gonna gun for you. And I think that he will. Fiódor will go forward, and he will go, yeah, he won't hold anything back.
All right, still to come as well, the final of the one-night tournament to determine the final spot in the 2005 middleweight tourney, which begins April 23rd on pay-per-view. We'll get to see Paulo Filio of Brazil battle American Dean Lister. All that and more still to come here from the Yokohama Arena.
Our corner, 187センチ、99.8 キロ、Gilbert Ivel!
Gilbert the Hurricane Ivel is 28, 6'3", 220 pounds. He's 1-5-0 and 1 no contest in Pride Fighting Championships.
83キロ、Minowa Ikuhisa!
Ikuhisa the Punk Minowa is 29, 5'9", 183 pounds, a 3-3 record in Pride Fighting Championships, and some would call him Butter Boss because he is on a roll, having won 4 of his last fights. And Gilbert the Hurricane Ivel making his return to Pride Fighting Championships tonight. And because there is a 10-kilogram weight difference, Minowa has acquiesced and allows the 4-point attacks on the ground. So, boss, you know Gilbert Ivel very well. Controversial fighter, the bad boy of Pride, but he has had a rebirth, if you will. He's refocused his career. We'll see what happens here tonight.
Yep, and for the people at home, 10-kilo difference, that's 22 pounds. But if I'm not mistaken, how many pounds is the difference here?
The difference is about, I would say, 37 pounds. And Minowa right now challenging and rushing Ivel.
See, and Ivel is taking his time, just right like he said in the interview. I'm not going to go, whoa, nice knee there.
Takedown by Minowa.
Yep, Minowa's going to pass. No, he's not. There was an attempt, at least.
Ivel's known for his lethal flying knees, but right now, it's Minowa going for the Leg lock here, boss. It looks like an Achilles tendon hold, but...
That's not a real damaging hold. He's got to turn it into a heel hook, and he's looking for it. He's looking for the heel hook.
Achilles tendon hold's not a dangerous move, but we've seen champions tap out to it in other organizations.
Yeah, but he's got to pull with his right arm. He's got to pull the knee of Gilbert Ivel to the right. And now we go. Toe hold coming up. Almost there. Gilbert's got to watch out. Toe hold is very dangerous. Yes, he's going to get one. He's going to get the toe hold. It's over. This could be the end of the fight.
And now it's Gilbert Ivel looking for his own.
Minowa has to pull his right shoulder back in order to finish this thing off. He's got to pull his right shoulder back. Don't push the toes out.
Ivel taps out.
I told you.
Ikuhisa, the punk Minowa, who already had the crowd behind him after his awesome, ostentatious entrance to the ring. This guy is on fire, having won 5 in a row now. And over 500 in Pride at 4 and 3. Kazuhiro Nakamura cheering him on. It took only 1 minute and 10 seconds for Minowa to spoil Gilbert the Hurricane Ivel's return to Pride.
Yep, leg locks, leg locks, leg locks. It started with Achilles tendon pull, and he went over into that heel hook.
And nice to see an MMA fighter now tonight and recently go for a leg lock. I really don't think leg locks are being used like they should in MMA, boss.
Yeah, but you see what he did? He went over, first Achilles tendon pull, went over to a heel hook, and from the heel hook, when the leg was bent, he grabbed it over into a toe hold.
Listen to the crowd.
And the crowd gets nuts right now.
This guy is a showman. This is what Pride Fighting Championships is all about. Ikuhisa, the punk Minowa, the charismatic punk, the most traveled MMA practitioner. And let's take a look at the replay.
Right away, he's going to shoot in. When he threw that right knee, he said, that's it. Tries to pass there. Grabs the leg. The only thing that Gilbert had to do is push that right foot to the side. The left, that's the left leg. Yeah, this is over. You see, this is such a strong hold. In Pancras, I saw John Lober breaking his shin bone with this hold.
Minowa spent 2 months training in Salt Lake City, Utah at Alex Stiebling's gym and with Jeremy Horn's Team Extreme, working on his submission skills, and they pay off here tonight. And adding Utah to his points of destination. Boss, this guy, I challenge you to find a place he hasn't trained in. Ikuhisa the punk Minowa.
Yep. You know, I think Gilbert, you know, he should work more on his ground game, especially the leg locks. He looked way different than we knew him in the beginning, but you see, he was just not enough for this. A toe hold is such a strong move. It's crazy. He's got to go back to the drawing board and train a little bit extra, and this time on leg locks. And I know because I'm from Holland, and in Holland they don't have the leg locks. A lot of people don't.
One wonders if Gilbert Ivel maybe has to rethink the more pacifist approach to MMA, because maybe that's what gives him his strength, is his aggression, boss, because if he would have come out with a flying knee attack or something, maybe it would have been a different story.
But
in pacing himself, Minowa was able to take advantage and record the sensational submission victory. You see a dejected Gilbert Ivel making his way back to the dressing room. Still to come, the final of our one-night tournament. The 16th spot is up for grabs in the 2005 middleweight tourney. It gets underway April 23rd on pay-per-view. Who will emerge victorious and find his way to the Osaka Dome? Will it be American Dean Lister or Brazil's Paulo Filio? Fans, we're about to find out. This is Bushido 6 from the Yokohama Arena. Mauro Ranallo, Boss Rutan, ringside.
The wait is over.
Pride Fighting Championships.
Now they are exchanging blows.
16 fighters.
This could be the end of the fight.
One champion. 2005's middleweight tournament begins.
The crowd's going crazy. 2 right, 3 right. And that is it.
Order Pride Fighting's Total Elimination 2005. Premiering Saturday, April 23rd on pay-per-view. A fighter had only one chance to not only prove to the world, but himself, that he is the best. And Pride Fighting Championships gives them that chance.
Managing to land those lefts. Yes, he's got some good left there.
See the best young fighters in the world as they compete to make it to the top of the fight game.
He's along the rope, and he's got him. Unbelievable.
Bushido 7 from Pride Fighting Championships. Premiering June 3rd on pay-per-view.
ラストワントーナメントの特別ルールによりまして、第1試合に勝ちましたパウロ・フィリオ選手なんですが、 右小骨折骨折により試合続行不可能となりました。
Boss, picture says 1,000 words. In an unfortunate turn of events here, what was scheduled to be the final in the one-night tournament to determine the final spot in the 2005 middleweight tourney coming up on April 23rd will not be taking place. You can see Dean Lister in the ring. You saw Paulo Filio, his scheduled opponent, with a cast around his right leg. He suffered a broken ankle in his first round fight in which he defeated Amar Sulev. And now we will go and tell you about the special rules for this one-night tournament. And Rule 3 states, in case the winner of the first match is not able to fight in the final round due to injury, the loser of the first match will be able to fight in the final round. Now, the loser, of course, was Amar Sulev. He has declined the opportunity to fight Dean Lister, so by forfeit, it will be Dean Lister going to the Pride middleweight tourney on April 23rd.
Yeah, Amar Sulev apparently with the armbar, it was overstretched and he hurt his arm and he says, you know what, I'm not 100%, so I'm not going to fight against Dean Lister. So,
and you can see the pained look on Paulo Filio's face. This guy's a warrior. We understand that he desperately pleaded to be given the opportunity to fight. The doctors examined him and said that's not going to happen. He is now addressing the crowd, apologizing, I'm sure, and you could see they're almost in tears, boss.
Yep. Yeah, the thing was that he was actually trying to hide it for the doctors until the doctors saw him walking. And now we have Dean Lister. Let's listen to what he has to say.
For coming tonight, supporting us.
皆様、今日は応援ありがとうございました。
I've been training for a long time for this. I feel very motivated to fight for you guys second time tonight. I trained for both opponents. Matter of fact, I'd even fight both at the same time.
今日のために本当に練習を通じてきました。やる気もいっぱいでした。そしてもう一試合やる準備はできていました。そして誰とでも戦う準備もできていました。
But I'm very motivated to be in the Grand Prix. Thank you once again for coming out.
ただ今日のこの気持ちを胸に次のグランプリで精一杯戦いたいと思います。ありがとうございました。
And the fans here in Japan at the Yokohama Arena politely applaud Dean Lister and his comments. And Paulo Filio, boss, this is not what we had anticipated, of course, but rules were put into place for just such an occurrence. And again, you mentioned it, Paulo Filio trying to hide his injury, which turned out to be a broken right ankle. You talk about heart. One has to maybe question his motivation there because you don't want to suffer any further injury. Yes, an opportunity to fight in what will indeed be the most talent-laden tournament in history will not be happening for Paulo Filio.
Our corner, 181センチ、107.5 キロ、Kosaka
Tsuyoshi TK Kosaka is 35, 5'11", 225 pounds, making his long-awaited debut in Pride Fighting Championships.
182センチ、107.3 キロ、Emelianenko
Fiódor Emelianenko is 28, 6 feet tall, 233 pounds, 9-0-1, no contest in Pride Fighting Championships.
It looks like Fiódor has gained a little weight around his waist, but with him, I have the feeling that doesn't matter.
Will it be revenge for Emelianenko, or will TK Kosaka, with all of Japan on his side, pull off one of the biggest upsets? And that would have to be, boss, considering what Emelianenko's done since the loss to TK, one of the biggest upsets in MMA history. We're about to find out what happens here as the bell rings. Round one is underway. Again, Bushido rules, 1 10-minute round, 1 5-minute round.
Yep, and Emelianenko, he has got his hands up this time, unlike with his fight against Nogueira when he was shooting from his hips.
Kosaka goes for the shot, but Emelianenko immediately reverses the tables, and now in the guard, boss, it's just raining down those blows, lefts and rights, in typical Emelianenko fashion.
I said it, you do not want to have him in your guard. He's throwing sledgehammers, and there you see already some blood. And there's a cut above the eye. Hey, how is that?
There's a stop by Emelianenko.
He's got already a cut. the tables are turned. Is Fiódor going to win the fight now because of a cut that TK has?
But this would be a legal cut, boss, because it was incurred with legal strikes here in Pride Fighting Championships, and you're right, talk about irony.
That was the word I was looking for. Irony. Now here we go. It was probably that knee, maybe. Yep, he's already bleeding.
Already bleeding there, boss.
Yep. Accidental knee. There you go. And the other was an accidental elbow, huh?
Yeah, but the knee strikes are illegal here in Pride. And
Yeah.
the elbow wasn't, so it's not really an accidental knee.
Yeah, but you know what? I meant it. It's
I
not
know what
like,
you're saying.
Yeah, he fell against it. It was not like he threw that knee on purpose.
Right. Kosaka has Hirataka Yokoi, Hidehiko Yoshida in his corner, but right now the doctors here looking over the cut over his left eye as Emelianenko, Pride World Heavyweight Champion in the neutral corner, maybe thinking to himself, wow, I didn't expect something like this so soon, but like you said, boss, irony written all over it.
And you know what? What did he say to us in the interview? I hope nothing happens like last time. I hope don't have to stop the fight because of a cut of an injury.
Right.
And right away, this happens. But let's be positive here.
Yes.
My glass is always half full, so let's see.
We just saw Hidehiko Yoshida, who is scheduled to take on Wanderlei Silva in the main event of the first round of the middleweight tourney beginning April 23rd from the Osaka Dome on pay-per-view. But right now, what had been a great Bushido 6 event, boss, we were met with the news that Paulo Filio broke his right ankle, was unable to participate in the final against Dean Lister. And now, unfortunately, here early in the first round, TK Kosaka has incurred a cut over his left eye, and we wait the outcome of this situation. But this is what it's all about, mixed martial arts, boss. Anything can and will happen, and these fighters train, but you can't train to protect yourself from a cut, boss, because it can happen at any time.
You know what, the thing is also, the cut, even if it doesn't need stitches, but it's like in a very bad place, the blood's got to go into his eye, and then the doctor will say, no, you're not going to fight either, you know.
But the fans here start to applaud. They are doing some eye tests right now with Kosaka. You saw the doctor hold up two fingers there, trying to see if the vision is blurred. I know that TK will definitely not quit.
No.
Especially with so much at stake. A lot of people looking forward to this rematch. But yeah, boss, look where that cut is.
It's on a bad spot. I think they should continue and just see what's going to happen within 2 minutes. And it gets open again, then make the decision. And I think that they're going to do that.
Safety of the fighter is paramount, but you're right, boss. I mean, this is the main event, Bushido 6. This is what the fans came to see. And it would be unfortunate, to say the least, if Kosaka would be unable to continue.
No, he will, because I saw his corner already going to the blue corner, and that the blue corner is Kosaka's corner.
And I wonder what Emelianenko is going to aim for as we begin action once again. There's a knee delivered by Kosaka, just charging Emelianenko. He sweeps him aside, boss. And he's on the butt scoop position. Emelianenko receives an up kick, but right through the open guard, boss.
Yep, and this is his bread and butter, because now he's going to start raining. Hey, leg lock. Oh.
Attempts a leg lock and continues to go against.
See how he pushed him down. He's just pushing him down.
Nice sprawl.
He has so much power.
Now into side mount right away. Beautiful job by Emelianenko. And there's a right bomb delivered to the face of Kosaka. As you said, boss, it's like a sledgehammer, a jackhammer.
Yeah, Kosaka needs to. Yeah, I'm sorry, man, but Kosaka needs to use that left leg that he has there on his hip to push him away. You do not want to stay in this position, trust me. Because he's aiming, you see, he's aiming for the cut.
Of course, and that's what when the action resumed, I said kind of facetiously, what is he going to go for, boss? I mean, come on, that's exactly the target area, and it's not good. The blood coming out of the eye of TK Kosaka, and now Emelianenko just neutralizing him there. And you know that Fiódor Emelianenko, a classy world heavyweight champion, he'll want to punish him, no doubt about that, but it'll be interesting to see what happens here. And you know that, I guess, the timeout is coming as head referee Yuji Shimada has called for another timeout. They're going to look over the fight, and the doctors again in the corner of TK Kosaka. And boss, I hate to say it, I hate to rain on the parade, but I don't know how long this fight is going to continue.
Yep. Same thing here. And you see again, it's all about the safety. The doctors again are checking it. It's probably the same cut.
And interesting what was going off the screen there, boss. We had Fyodor Emelianenko's brother, Alexander Emelianenko, wanting to give him some ice. But of course, when you're in a neutral corner, you cannot be attended to by your corner. So as we see the replay here now, as the action resumed, and boss, it's just an unfortunate event here for TK Kosaka.
Yep. He was aiming there. He was so right. He should have used that left leg. Push him away from you.
And really, Emelianenko not deviating from his game plan whatsoever. I mean, this is a movie we have seen many times involving the Pride World Heavyweight Champ.
Yep.
Wow. They're going to let it continue again. Wow. All right. Let's see how much longer this goes, as Emelianenko will now start top position here. Well, actually, he'll be in the half guard.
Yep, not in that butterfly bodyguard, whatever it was. Yeah, it's going to be an onslaught now.
And of course, Kosaka definitely has to do what he can to try to protect his eye, try to protect himself from, as you mentioned, boss, the onslaught of the Pride World Heavyweight Champion. Kosaka looking for the leg lock again and giving marks for that. A nice sprawl by Emelianenko, but Kosaka definitely trying his hardest here.
You know what the thing is? If Fiódor gets too aggressive, he smells the victory and he's going to concentrate only on that eye, that could be a problem. He can be caught in an armbar or something.
Great point, boss.
Now, it's Fiódor he's talking about, so probably he's not, you know. He will be a focus. But
like you say, he's still human after all. And
yes.
if you, like you smell the blood, like you say, and you focus, it just takes that one moment as you see Kosaka trying to work from the bottom. But you're right. I mean, Fiódor Emelianenko, one would not expect him to make such a mistake. But anything can happen. And Emelianenko continues to control, even though he's in the closed guard of Kosaka.
Bobbing and weaving from the ground. So even when the jackhammers come down, he let him miss. Real good, real smart, especially when you have a little cut.
Ground and pound continues from the guard. Now Kosaka trying to keep him tight, doing the right thing here, boss. Just trying to hold Emelianenko against him, not wanting to create that distance.
Yeah,
but he also reverses somehow. Look for the sweep somehow, which is, you know, again, easier said than done against the Pride World Heavyweight Champ.
Yep. He's raining down some heels there on the calves of Fiódor Emelianenko.
There you see Hidehiko Yoshida yelling out instructions to TK. Yoshida, of course, preparing for his main event, which will happen in the first round of the Pride middleweight tourney against Vanderlei Silva. Rematch of their very exciting bout from the 2003 middleweight tournament. That really put Yoshida on the map, even though he lost to the Pride World middleweight champion.
He's doing a good job now, TK, in protecting himself from the punches. He's blocking him and he's bobbing and weaving.
Can you bob and weave on the ground like that? I guess so.
Hey, yeah. It's bobbing and weaving. I call it like that. Look at him. See,
and still
left to
he's
the right.
Responding.
Yeah.
Doing his best attempts at trying to evade the barrage of blows from Emelianenko.
And for the people at home who think, oh, there's a lot of blood, let me explain you again, because I pretty much do this every show, so I might as well do it again. A little cut can cause a lot of blood. It doesn't mean it's something serious. It's a little cut, your heart rate is up all the way, and of course it will pump out then.
You're right about that, boss, and really there is still that stigma attached to this great sport of ourselves here, and really, you've mentioned it and put it perfectly. The blood, yes, but it's not as dangerous as it looks at this time, because if it was, the fight would be stopped.
Oh, yeah. You saw there, by the way, TK, in the middle of our little conversation we had, he was looking for an armbar, but he saw Fiódor already pulling it out real fast, so he gave that up. They're going to probably clean it again. He's got a red card. Fiódor's going to get a red card.
Both are getting the red card. And that eye beginning to swell up, of course, the vision will become a problem, and you definitely want to have perfect sight when you're facing the shots from Fiódor Emelianenko. And now the crowd here at the Yokohama Arena begin to clap in unison, trying to rally TK.
And you see the doctors, once they wipe the face, you see how bad it looked when he walked to the corner.
Oh, yeah,
now you see there's nothing.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of really taking care of that cut. And you know he's a warrior. Tsuyoshi Kosaka. And that is the epitome of a warrior right there. You saw Fiódor Emelianenko, undefeated in Pride, 21-0-1, no contest in his career. And again, that one blemish coming at the hands of this man, TK, 4 years ago.
Now that thing blowing your nose while you have a black eye, guys, watch out with that, because you can pump up so much blood in the eye that you can't see anymore. So when you get a fake eye, a black eye, do not blow your nose. Out in the open, okay, not in a napkin.
Are you happy? Or are you surprised? Not happy, boss, but are you surprised that it's that TK has survived this much with the cut over his left eye and knowing, you know, who he's in there against?
Yes, because, you know, this way he won't lose any face here with the Japanese fans. They're cheering for him.
That's right, and definitely he is the favorite here in his native Japan, but Emelianenko continues just to rain down those blows one after another. Taking the ground and pound to another level.
Yep, and he needs to work because the ref apparently gave him a red card before, so that meant that he wasn't working enough.
And of course,
so now he's going and turn it on.
We got red cards endemic here to Bushido, where there is no quota. The referee will hand them out at his discretion. Stacks up, and again he's going for that leg lock.
Armbar leg lock combination, but Fiódor is gone before he even can come close.
And you know, Emelianenko knows all about the leg locks, a former Sambo champion as well. So if he's a expert in Sambo, he knows how to escape those leg locks too, boss.
Yep. And I hate it to say, because I've been in the situation that TK is in right now. One eye closed, even worse. In the other eye, I lost my contact lens, but also
was that
filled
against
up
Kevin in UFC 20?
Yep. And it's bad.
So how did you survive that? Like, what did you do to protect your eye, or to give you that necessary energy to continue, boss? Because you're right, you may be able to speak firsthand of it. So
yeah,
shed some light on this.
It's just very difficult, because you lay on your back, and once also his nose is hit, so he's swallowing blood all the time while he's laying on his back. I got nausea from all the blood that I was swallowing. One eye filled up with blood, and the other, like I said, I lost my contact. Having eyes like -5.5. That means I can't read if something 2 feet is away from me. And I'm talking about big letters.
Are you surprised that Fiódor Emelianenko is not being more aggressive right now, boss?
Yes, actually I am. I think he really should go and try to finish this fight now. Because what we got about 2 minutes left into the fight. In the first round, I mean, of course.
Yeah, we're down to about a minute and 50 seconds left here in round number 1.
But TK seems to survive this, and if he can hold it up for 1.5 minutes more, and they can clean him up a little bit in the corner, God knows what will happen round number 2.
You know, Fiódor Emelianenko is scheduled to defend the Pride World Heavyweight Championship against Mirko Krokop later this year. But right now in this non-title affair, he's definitely dominating the fight. But again, boss, there's TK again from the bottom with some strikes that do some damage, boss. And again, the aggressiveness of the Pride World Heavyweight Champion right now, is it just because he's taking his time methodically trying to dismantle TK, or is there something else at work here?
You know, that's a good question, because I just wanted to say it. In the opening of the fight, I said that he gained some weight around his waist. Is he maybe not in such a super shape right now? That's why he's preserving his energy? I don't know. Why he's not going balls out?
Into the final minute now of the opening round. Tsuyoshi Kosaka, Fiódor Emelianenko, the main event of Bushido 6. And yes, maybe you definitely hit on something there, boss, because
oh, nice.
Next there.
A left. Was that a jab? And he had it with a jab. He knocked him out with a jab. And he's got
into a power shot.
That guillotine, if that... Whoa,
look at TK
nice
though, man, fighting with all he's worth. And you know, Bushido is the way of the warrior, and TK Kosaka definitely showcasing that samurai spirit in this battle against Emelianenko. Desperately trying to survive the last 25 seconds of round number 1.
Fiódor is non-stop annoying him, putting his hand or his forearm on his throat, you know, let him think about other things.
Boss, we're into the final 10 seconds now of this first round. Is this a moral victory for TK, knowing that he survived the opening 10 minutes, having had the cut over the left eye against the Pride World Heavyweight Champ? Is that any sort of motivation going into the second round?
The one thing, in my eyes, TK can't lose anymore. Even if he loses, that's not a loss for me, because he hang in there, he's a warrior, he showed the heart of a warrior, and we're opening the show here with the cherry blossoms, everything about the samurai. Well, here you got it right there.
And you know they're going to work diligently to try to seal that cut, as have Hidehiko Yoshida in his corner. Of course, the doctors right on the spot, working very hard now on Tsuyoshi Kosaka as we look at the action of that opening 10 minutes.
Yep, I think it was, maybe not. I wanted to say that knee, yeah, I think it actually was. Whoa. Yeah.
That's typical Emelianenko action right there, that's for sure.
Yeah, but a little bit more than normal, so I do think that he had something that he wanted to straighten out.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah?
No, there's no revenge, boss. Come on. You know.
I want to see that stiff jab here, poke. And he goes, whoa. That means that a jab like that from Fiódor can hit.
Wow.
Anything he throws, it's with power.
For sure.
Now, some super glue. That's what we need here in the corner. Lots of the super glue.
You know, the last time we saw Fiódor Emelianenko in action was at Shockwave, boss, kicking off the new year by unifying the Pride World Heavyweight Championship and winning the 2004 Heavyweight Tournament. Speaking of tournaments, 16 of the best middleweights, including Hidehiko Yoshida, who you see there tending to TK.
And it's over.
And the bell goes. The fight has been stopped as Kosaka unable to answer the bell. Round 2. Fiódor Emelianenko records the victory. And now all is well in Emelianenko land as he now gains revenge for the last 4 years ago and can now focus on defending the World Championship against Mirko Krokop. So a doctor's stoppage brings about the victory for Fiódor Emelianenko. And really, when you see TK there, I mean, there's such a thing as being courageous, boss, but you don't want to be stupid as well, and the doctors do the right thing here.
That's why we have so many doctors here at ringside. They will make the decision for you. Or you can be tough as you want. No, we will decide. You're going to talk, you're going to speak in 10 years from now. That's what they say here.
Kosaka, I think, even in the lost, boss, has earned the respect not only of the Pride World Heavyweight Champion, but the fans here at the Yokohama Arena, and hopefully the fans at home as well.
Yeah.
He gave it all he had, 10 minutes, and again, doing it with that cut over the left eye. And he was definitely trying to finish there, going for the leg locks, and even from the bottom, boss, at times striking. But I mean, look at this. Surviving this barrage.
Boop, that's the jab there. And he went down on that. Let's give a hand here. TK is just passing us, and the audience is clapping, so are we, because, again, boof, look at that jab.
That's just unbelievable.
Is that aiming or not? Because it was right on the cut.
That's a jab. And goes for the guillotine as well. Tsuyoshi Kosaka defeated here tonight in the main event of Bushido 6, but, you know, a bit of a moral victory, boss, surviving the first round, unable to participate in the second due to the doctor's stoppage. So we have our champion on the microphone. Let's listen in.
Well, you speak all the languages, so you say what he says.
All right, just give me a moment here.
I'm a
little rusty with my Russian, boss. I haven't really done my homework.
That's okay. Thank you very much. That's what he said at the end.
力を出し切ることができませんでした。というのも腕に怪我をしていました。ミルコ戦では 100% の力を出せると思います。どうもありがとうございました。
He's telling the crowd that he was unable to be at 100%, boss, and we touched on it. It wasn't, you know, at times he showed Emelianenko's style of fighting, but at other times he was not at his best. But he's now telling the crowd as he apologizes to them that he has a bit of an injury as well to his right hand and was unable to give the performance that he wanted. But having said that, he said that he will be in 100% good shape for the what will be definitely the biggest fight in Pride Fighting Championships history. When he puts the belt on the line against the Croatian sensation Mirko Krokop.
Oh, what a fight that is going to be. I've been talking about this fight for a year and a half now, maybe even longer, because those two guys, they match up so well and so explosive. It's going to be looking like two Vanderlei Silvas against each other. Two bangers.
Well, it was an eventful evening, boss, here at the Yokohama Arena, Bushido 6. Lots of interesting occurrences. Unfortunately for Paulo Filio, unable to participate in the final of the tournament to advance to the middleweight tourney beginning April 23rd. But Dean Lister, I think, definitely deserves a shot as well.
I think so too. I mean, come on, this tournament, 16-man tournament, is going to be out of control. You know, I mean, all the best fighters in the world are in this tournament. What can the fans ask for more? I mean, come on.
What about the performance of Emelianenko and Kosaka in our main event tonight? It was ironic that Kosaka incurred a cut because 4 years ago a cut stopped Emelianenko from victory against TK, but your thoughts on the main event?
You know what, I thought, and what we said in the beginning, you know, we said, hey, there's something wrong maybe with Fiódor, because, you know, he's not the real Fiódor. He gained a little bit of weight, but then later on he told us that his hand was injured, so he couldn't train that hard. And of course, when your hand is injured, you know, you can gain a little bit of weight, but he's going to be 100% sure in shape for his fight against Mirko Krokop. So don't worry about that, because that fight's going to come.
You know, Bushido was created as a showcase for some of the best lightweight fighters in the world, and we saw two of them, Luis Azeredo and Luis Buscape, put on a ground game clinic tonight.
It was an unbelievable match. I mean, if somebody can complain about that, then don't watch mixed martial arts, because that was one of the best ground games I've ever seen in my life.
All right, well, since we still have some time here, boss, and we've talked about it throughout the night, the 2005 middleweight tourney coming to you from the Osaka Dome beginning April 23rd, 16 of the best middleweights, including Dean Lister, who earned his opportunity tonight. They'll be going at it, and, you know, we can now take a look back at what has, up to this point, been one of the most exciting tournaments in history, the 2003 Pride Middleweight Tournament. In case you missed it, you're going to enjoy this footage, and again, you're going to enjoy April 23rd's first round of the 2005 middleweight tourney. Let's now revisit the action from 2003.
Pride Fighting Flashback.
Quinton Rampage Jackson!
World's greatest submission artist. Well, here you have him, and he did it again. Triangle choke, man. Tell us about it.
Triangle choke was there. I give a lot of credit to my opponent. He fought me where I'm strongest. He stayed there. He was trying to hit me, and I fended off his strikes. I didn't get hit with anything really. I up-kicked him. He still came back, and that up-kick hit him right in the jaw.
Oh, that was so sweet.
Could have knocked him out. Tough guy. Came back and still engaged me, and I saw the triangle there. Put it on. I don't think he probably thought I could have put it on him because I just reached it, and I think he was surprised. And then I was just inched my leg.
Yeah, but the way you put it on so tight, what happened was his arm was on the side. You didn't bring it across his body.
Yeah.
But knowing your submission experience, I said, no, it's on. He feels it's on. You were so relaxed. You grabbed your own foot. You just sank it in. You say, okay, this is just a matter of seconds. And they asked me, what can you do? I said, the only thing he can try to do is try to slam him down. At that moment, he tried to pick you up, but he was already out. When you let him go, he was on the ground.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people think that a choke, if you don't choke the person out, you'll be tired. No, if you do a choke technically, it's just be a certain amount of pressure and the person will go to sleep or they're going to tap. And so as long as I have it on correctly and keep the pressure on, that's what happened. And so I wasn't going to get tired. I would hold out for an hour if I had to.
No, you did absolutely great. Now, the second fight, of course, Filio wanted to fight, but he broke his ankle, and props to him. We gave it already because he tried to hide it, and the doctor found out that he couldn't walk. Yeah, he wanted to fight with the ankle. Somebody else found out, so that was pretty cool. And then Sulev, of course, he didn't want to continue because he got armbarred, and that armbar apparently overstretched his arm, but I know that you really wanted that fight, right?
Actually, I was training a lot for Sulev. I didn't know anything much about Filio. I've seen a few tapes on him, but I felt Sulev, and actually I think that the strategy that Filio used was exactly what I was going to do against Sulev. You know, push him against the ropes where he can't sprawl and then take him down. That's what I would have been doing. Of course, I would have been stepping forward, my punches and kicks more aggressively. But he had a good strategy, and yeah, I definitely wanted to have the rematch, and maybe I'll have it in the future one day.
Thanks for coming, and good luck in the 60-man tournament.
Thank you.
Dean Lister. Right on, man.
Commandos and soldiers, you don't wanna get up in this ring, I thought I told you. We the best around, we ain't come to play around. Pride got it locked down, Pack got it locked down. Talent that cannot be matched pound for pound. Like the faculty, we can go round for round. We got the best damn fans, man, from town to town.